everyone, and welcome once again. I'm back for another round or two. I am JT, aka the Master, and this is, as you see in the back, For No Reason, fantasy football. We're talking draft. Yeah, we're talking draft. Not the first round, but number 2 and number 3. We're talking 2 and 3. Round 2 and 3. Each team gets 7 minutes in the second round and 5 minutes in the third round. Okay. What's the Buffalo Bills going to do? Since they did not have a pick, they gave all the picks away in the first round. And Kansas City thanks them for getting a Xavier Worthy, later in the first round, which I think was oh my God. The rich get richer, people. The rich get richer. Okay. And Pat Mahomes supposedly had a bad receiver unit last season. Greatly improved now. Marquise Hollywood Brown, Xavier Worthy. Come on, man. Really? Along with Travis Kelce, Rashee Rice. We don't know how long he's going to get suspended. I suppose he's going to get suspended. But this is the result, regardless of that. And this is the second round and the third round. 2 rounds tonight. And it ends on Saturday with 4 rounds to 7 rounds. Now, I don't think on the FSP show, which is 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, on a Saturday afternoon, Vic and I are going to be in that draft, talking about that draft, that we're going to be on all 4 or 5 rounds. Hey, it's up to Victor how long we want to be on. I mean, it's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long night. It was a long night yesterday. Started at 8 o'clock, ended at around midnight. Just figure the math out with the time and with the teams, if they're going to be picking quickly or they're going to stretch it out for that second round, 7 minutes or 5 minutes for the third round. All right. But we're going to be here for both sets of rounds, number 2 and number 3. Okay. And as we get closer to the actual picks, I'll be commenting on them. All right. I expect there's going to be a few people that are going to rejoin me at a later time. But I'm the lone wolf right now, which is fine. I've been a lone wolf on my show before, and I can do it again. But it's highly anticipated what these players. Now, I expect in the second round somewhere. Now, you see I'm representing, okay? And I'm really representing my team today because the first pick they get is in the second round, the 54th pick. Okay? They get the 54th pick. I expect them to probably go along the offensive line, maybe the defensive line. I'm not expecting an offensive player, per se, offensive skill player, outside of a big boy to go 54. Okay? And also what I expect is there's going to be some running backs, needy teams that are going to go after running backs. I've said this before in prior programs on the Fantasy Sports and Politics show, and I also said it on my show. Fantasy Sports and Politics is 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Saturday afternoon. My show, For No Reason Fantasy Football, you see it behind me, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Sunday morning. I expect a running backs to go in this round. Now, didn't think, and it played out, that there were any first round picks that would be a running back. But I expect these running backs not going to go crazy off the board, but I think second round and definitely third round, there are some running backs that are going to make a difference, even though they go in the second and third round. I think there's at least, I've said this before, there's at least 5 given in the right situation and given that the coaching staff, the head coach on down, knows how to use these running backs, they may be, and I'm talking fantasy football, fantasy relevant. Okay. Now, quite naturally, you got to be a three down back. You got to be able to run the football, block, and pass protect, and catch the football out of the backfield. Even run routes. They're having running backs run routes now. Okay. Why run slot or wide receiver routes? That's how versatile these running backs have to be. And in college, more and more running backs, not all of them, but more and more running backs are being that versatile because it's the passing game. They went four wides and they run the football, okay. But they also are included in the passing game in the offense in these college games. So the easy transition, since it's a passing league, pro league, is the transition from a passing college team or whoever they're on and just transition that into the NFL. Okay. Now, I think we're getting close. There's opening ceremonies that I'm looking at right now. And I'm anxious to see what's going to happen. And how aggressive these GMs are going to be. Okay. Roger Goodell's coming to the podium. And we'll see. We'll get this party started. Okay. Now, you have to think. You have to think that there were some surprises. Well, you can think, there were some surprises in the draft. Okay. Most people had a defensive player going to the Atlanta Falcons. No. What happened was they had a Michael Penix Jr. Michael Penix Jr. went to the Atlanta Falcons, saying they're going to plan for the future. Now, they have a $100 million quarterback that they signed this offseason as soon as the new league opened up. Over $100 and something million for Kirk Cousins. And they get another quarterback at round in the first round, pick 8. Pick 8. Okay? Now, that was a surprise. My other surprise was the Jets, who traded down with the Minnesota Vikings one spot. Okay? And Minnesota, no surprise to me, at number 10, took J.J. McCarthy. I think he is the second coming of Kirk Cousins in that offense. Okay? He's the second coming of Kirk Cousins in the offense. And then a couple picks after that, the Denver Broncos take Bo Nix. I'm not a big fan of Bo Nix, okay? But I can see the reason why the Denver Broncos picked Bo Nix. All the big-name quarterbacks, so to speak, had already been taken. And basically, and I'll say it like this, it was leftovers. I'll say it like that. This was leftovers. Leftover quarterback. Really? Okay, you take Bo Nix. Okay. I could be wrong, totally wrong. And Denver picked Bo Nix because he was the next available or best available quarterback. Okay, I can understand that. I don't think he's going to be the best quarterback. But, hey, what do I know? I don't get paid to do this, okay? I do this out of love of the game. So I don't get paid to do this. So you can take my opinion for what it's worth, okay? Take my opinion for what it's worth, okay? But I'm not a big fan of Bo Nix. Then the Raiders, there was something like it's questionable. Then the Raiders take Brock Bowers. Really? They take Brock Bowers. Okay. They need another pass catcher. They need somebody can block, has versatile Tight end. Okay. Then they apparently tried to trade up to acquire a quarterback, whoever that was. But I guess quite naturally, you know that never got accomplished, so they took Brock Bowers. And then moving on down the line, at 28, like I said, at 28, pretty much the board went pretty well. Okay, players, I'm constantly talking about offensive players. The Buffalo Bills traded out of the 28th pick and moved down to 32, and then traded out of the 32nd pick and gave that to the to the Carolina Panthers. Okay. Now with the 28th pick, Kansas City got from Buffalo. I've been talking about this guy ever since the combine took place weeks ago, and I talked that this guy is perfect for the team that he went to. And I just found out today that's the team he wanted to go to. And fate be known, he went there. I'm talking about Xavier Worthy, fastest man ever in the combine. I talked about this weeks ago when I said I saw him go to a 4.21. And I'm saying he's going to Kansas City. Kansas City's going to want him to take the place of what they had before in Tyreek Hill. Okay? Take the place of what they had with Tyreek Hill. Speed kills, people. I've said this before. Speed in the NFL, especially at the wide receiver position, kills. And this kid is super fast. Now, he's only 165 pounds. He's 5'11", but he can catch the football. His hands, I'm not saying he's got Jerry Rice hands, but his hands are reliable. His hands are reliable. And it was a marriage made in heaven. Pat Mahomes, quarterback, Isaiah Worthy, the wide receiver. Oh, baby. You can rest assured in fantasy, people are going to be running to the draft rounds, whatever round that is, and picking up Xavier Worthy because he's going to be worth it. Big play waiting to happen. Huge fantasy points just like that. That's what these guys can do. And then they went, and Buffalo went down, like I said, and gave up the 32nd pick for the 33rd pick, which Carolina has. They swapped picks. And Carolina, I talked about this yesterday also, that Carolina needed pass catchers. They need an offensive line, but they also desperately need pass catchers for their young quarterback. And they picked up from South Carolina Xavier Leggett, which is I think he's a DK Metcalf, supposedly a DK Metcalf clone. Let me put it that way. Size, speed. They picked up Xavier Leggett. Okay? So, I'm putting us up right where we're at right now. The Buffalo Bills are on the clock. And I'm thinking the Buffalo Bills, if they don't take a wide receiver here, I don't know what is going on. Let me put it this way. They have the first pick in the second round. And let me look at the rounds here. They have the first pick in the second round. And the pick is in. The pick is in. I got to wait here because I got a time delay, people. So, I mean, you may be looking at this. You may not be looking at this. You may be, let's just listen to my feed and going from there. But it's a time delay. Okay? And I gotta believe that they're going to pick a wide receiver. Maybe the other guy from Texas. Not Xavier Worthy. He went to Kansas City, quite naturally. But we're talking about Adon Mitchell, who also ran a super fast 4.3. I think it's a 4.39 or something like that at the combine. So he's got, you imagine those two guys on the field at the same time. Mitchell on one side, Worthy on the other. You got to pick your poison. Do you want somebody that can run a 4.3 and change or a 4.2? You got to pick your poison. Oh my God. Imagine Texas having 2 wide receivers like that. And then those 2 wide receivers are coming to the draft. So if you don't pick up Xavier Worthy at 5'11", 165 pounds, okay, I can understand that. Okay. Well, you pick up Mitchell, who's 6 foot plus and over 200 pounds. What you call maybe a prototypical wide receiver. Okay. Maybe that's what the Buffalo is looking for. But you got to believe, besides a cornerbacks that Buffalo needs, besides maybe a defensive lineman that Buffalo needs, they're going to pick up a wide receiver right at this point. How much further are they going to drop from 28 to 32 to 33? As sooner or later, you got to make a move. Sooner or later, you got to say, this is what we're going to do. We're not moving back anymore, and we're going to make some moves here. All right. They're good. Okay. Buffalo picked Keon Coleman. Okay. I'm not a fan. Let me put it this way. I'm not a fan of Keon Coleman for the simple reason, people. If you know about fantasy football and you know about a wide receiver named Quentin Johnson, this is the guy that reminds me of Quentin Johnson. He's a big receiver, but he can't separate. Very good in contested catches. You know why he's very good in contested catches? Because he can't separate. I hate to be yelling, but he can't separate. That's the problem. He's not a fast wide receiver. He clocked in at the combine at 4.6. 4.6. Really? Really? I don't know, people, but a wide receiver that's got tight end speed or close to tight end speed is not my type of wide receiver. But, hey, Jerry Rice wasn't the quickest, and I'm not comparing him to Jerry Rice, but I'm just saying a wide receiver that is not fast needs to be an exceptional route runner, okay? Contested catches, you got players that are the best of the best, not some players in the college that are best of the best. You got players that are best of the best every week, okay? That's all I'm saying. I'm saying that it's not it's not going to be an easy thing. And the Chargers are on the clock, okay? Chargers need a running back. Chargers need a wide receiver. They took up a offensive lineman. They took an offensive lineman with their 5th pick. If I'm not mistaken, let me just get here. I'm trying to get back to what they took, so I know exactly. I'm not giving you false information. I'm not giving you false information. I don't want to ever give. Oh, they got a trade. We got a trade. That the Chargers have made a trade out of the second. With the first pick, they pick up Joe Alt, and they traded. Okay, we got to see who they traded with first, people. They got to see who they traded with. They traded with the Patriots. They received the 34th overall pick, which is one step down, and a 5th round pick. So that's what happened. So the Chargers are on the clock right now. I mean, the pick is in for the Chargers. who are the Chargers, in my opinion, going to pick? I think they pick a defensive lineman or a cornerback. I don't think they pick a wide receiver. They may. Hey, they got rid of 2 wide receivers, Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. I don't think they're going to go for a tight end. So I'm thinking it's going to be a wide receiver. But who is that going to be? I think most of these running backs, I don't think it's a running back going to be this high up. Most of these running backs are going to go later in the second and in the third round. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. And the other pass catcher that got rid was a running back, Austin Eckler. So I'm not thinking running back here. I'm thinking wide receiver. Okay. I know Jim Harbaugh, John Harbaugh wants to run the football, and here we come with the selection. And I'll tell you as soon as they did get a wide receiver in Lad McConkey. Okay, wide receiver out of Georgia. I can't complain about that. They needed help. They needed help, and he's one of the available players, best available players, I should say, in his position at the time. So you got to think that the Chargers now Justin Herbert has got a wide receiver, one wide receiver at least to throw to. The only problem is he's a little more than 5'11", and he's about 200 pounds, give it a take. Not a big guy. Not like Clint Keenan Allen, or especially not like Mike Williams. But he can go up and get the football. Very, very good wide receiver. He can go up and get the football. Okay, the Cardinals are on the clock. Cardinals picked up a defensive lineman, and they also picked up a wide receiver. And let me just go back here. They picked up Marvin Harrison Jr. with the 4th pick, and then the Cardinals went down later in the draft and picked up, like I said, a defensive end in Darius Robinson out of Missouri. So they answered 2 of their needs: a wide receiver and an edge rusher, a defensive end. They still need a running back, a defensive lineman, edge rusher, cornerback, interior lineman, a linebacker, or, like I said, another wide receiver. So they got their big-time wide receiver. They got a big-time defensive end. Now they're open for who? I don't think there's any running backs that are worth a 34th, was it 34th pick, 35th pick in this year's draft. I think those Cardinals are going to wait. If they want to get a running back, they're going to hold off on that and wait until later in the draft, maybe even tomorrow, or maybe in the third. Let me put it this way. I'm trying to get this going here. They made a trade with the Atlanta Falcons. Okay, so the Atlanta Falcons moved up, and Atlanta Falcons, instead of the Cardinals, are on the clock. Okay, so here we go. I mean, Atlanta is back in the mix, and I gotta believe this is going to be a defensive player. Atlanta definitely needs defensive help, and I gotta believe that this is going to be what most people thought they were going to do. Atlanta receives a 35th pick and a 6th round pick, and Cardinals receive a 43rd pick and a 3rd round pick. Okay. All right. The pick is in for Atlanta. So what does Atlanta do? What does Atlanta do in this case? It's going to be interesting to see as much criticism Atlanta got from what they did last night. What kind of pick? I got to believe because Raheem Morris is the head coach. What they did last night and picking in offense, I think they definitely go in defense. They got to get a pass rusher or some type of edge rusher, maybe even a linebacker in here. I got to believe that he I got my offense. I got somebody on offense. You got to give me somebody on defense. And I got to believe because they traded up ahead to the 35th pick, the third pick in the second round, that there's somebody that they absolutely want. And I got to believe it's I wouldn't say it's going to be surprising, but I this is the defensive pick that they thought that people thought they were going to get in the first round. And they realized we don't have to move that because so many players, different players, are getting picked. A lot of them picked early or offensive. That we can wait. We'll pick this guy, Michael Penix Jr. at 8. We'll get all the criticism, bring it on, and then we'll get a defensive player that we want in the second round. We'll just try to move up. They consummated a trade with the Arizona Cardinals, which went pretty quickly. And we're going to see when it comes up what the pick is. And like I said, I'm in a time delay, people. I'm in a time delay. So I don't know exactly what the pick is until now. Okay? And here we go. They have the third pick, which is the 35th pick in the second round. They get only 5 minutes. Each team gets 5 minutes, 7 minutes, I'm sorry. And the pick is in. And the pick is let's see what we got here. Defensive tackle, Rook. Or Horo. Okay. Like I said, I figured they had to go defense. And they got a decent guy. They got a really good guy. Very, very athletic. And it's going to wreak havoc on that defensive and offensive line of their opponents. Wreak havoc on the offensive lines of their opponent. I got to believe that this is, I wouldn't say he's going to be a game changer, but he's going to be someone that's going to impact the game in Washington Commanders. And unfortunately, Vic is not here at the present moment. But the Washington Commanders are on the clock. And you got to believe that the Washington Commanders, hold on, let me just see what I see here. Washington. Washington needs offensive linemen. I do know that. They need offensive linemen. They need a edge rusher and linebacker help. They definitely need linebacker help. We'll see what they went offense in the earlier in the first round. Let's see what Roston comes up with, and the pick is in. These guys aren't playing. I said this before. I'll say it again. Okay, if you know who you're picking, why wait? Just make the pick, move on. Just make the pick and move on. Okay, and if you want to make some deals before you get your next pick or try to move up because there's somebody that you want to get, Go for it. Go for it. But I mean, like I said, if you know who you're going to pick, go for it. I mean, make the pick. Don't wait the 7 minutes that the NFL is giving you for the second round. Make the pick as soon as you can. If you're that confident of the pick, you ain't got a hem and haw. You've had months and weeks to think about who you want. All right, you got it. I assume all these GMs, vice president or president of football operations or whatever, have formulated some type of game plan. Okay, and a contingency plan to make this happen. Okay, to make it happen. And we're into the fourth pick in the second round, and the pick is in. Just waiting for the pick after these commercials come on. Of course, the NFL has to pay for this time. Okay, and it's a nice crowd out. Very, very nice crowd. I've said this before. There's a lot of football fans out there, regardless of what team they are a fan of. There's a lot of them. As you see, I'm here. Have my Browns hat and jersey on yesterday. I got my brown hat and shirt on today. Support my Browns because they're finally going to get involved in the draft. Finally going to get involved in the draft. They haven't had a first round draft in 2 years. I think it's 2 years. All right, they've been drafted either from the second or third round at the beginning of their portion of the draft. And I think they've been faring well. Let me put it that way. Okay. Now we have to see the Commanders, who have not won a playoff game in it forever, missed playoffs each of the last 3 seasons. Okay. What they can do in picking up, acquiring quality players in order to improve their chances in the NFC East against Philly, against Dallas, against the Giants. Now, I think they're playing for third unless they make a dramatic leap with Jaden Daniels as the quarterback that they surpass one of those two NFC East teams in Dallas or Philly. The NFC East is always tough. Division games are always tough. Okay. I tell you the truth, division games are always tough. So pick is in. A pick is wow, quick. They're not playing around here, people. These picks are. I'm looking at the online here, and Washington's pick is in. It's probably been selected already, but like I'm in a time delay, and then New England Patriots pick is in. They're not playing. The Tennessee Titans, from what I'm seeing, are on the clock. So they're not playing around. Let me put it that way. These teams, like I said, make your pick and move on. If you got a trade, make that trade and move on. And then make that trade, make that pick, and move on. Really? Come on, man. Come on, man. Really? You got to put this jersey on to make this pick? Okay. We'll play the game. Pick is in. Come on, people. Come on. Make the pick. Come on. Make the pick, man. Make the pick. Really? Oh, this ain't about him. This ain't about you, man. Make the pick. Come on. Fans are anxiously waiting. So am I. Make the pick. Make the pick. Come on, man. Make the pick. Come on. It ain't about you. Come on, man. Make the pick. You know, some of these people are I'll say it, they're so full of themselves. Come on. I know you get excited. You want to talk a little bit. You want to make yourself heard. Okay. But most people want to just have you make the freaking pick. Come on, man. Come on. I mean, it's just like the Washington Commanders fan to keep on talking and not make the pick. He finally made the pick, which is Jazon Newton, a defensive tackle out of Illinois. Thank God, because he had to take his jacket off, had to put the jersey on. Okay, and then he had to talk a little bit. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody's not worried about that. They just want to know who we getting next. That's the bottom line. Okay, that's the bottom line. Hello. Oh, I had Mr. FSP, and I lost him. I lost him. Let me do this. Bear with me, people. And I got to see what's going on. And the pick is in. I mean, that's something different. One team pick was in and it hadn't been selected yet, and the other team's pick is in, which is the New England Patriots, which picks 37. Hello?
I am here.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up?
Well, I mean, you're going to call a brother out just like a Commanders fan. Look, bro, I told you all of us ain't retired yet.
Okay.
But I was jumping in the car and I heard the pick. We got the big defensive tackle from Illinois.
Yes.
But
So
that is crazy.
what's your thoughts on that?
Well, that means we have 3 top dog defensive tackles.
Okay, hold on. The pick is in. I'm looking at this, and the Commanders and the Patriots. I'm seeing on my computer both of them, the pick was in. So just like I've been saying, if you know who you want to take, just take him and move on. And the Patriots take Jalen Polk, wide receiver out of Washington. Okay. So Mr. FSP, until we get to the pick is in Tennessee, what's your thoughts on the 36th pick, which is the Commanders pick, Jerzon Newton, and the 37th pick, which was the Patriots pick, Jalen Polk, wide receiver out of Washington?
Like I said, Washington now has 3 solid defensive tackles. And defensively, he is probably the best lineman left in the draft. I probably would have gone after Kool-Aid since he's still there, but maybe they didn't want to get another defensive back. I also think they should have gone after a daggone offensive lineman.
Well, they do have the 40th pick in the second round also. So
yeah, in like 3 more picks, they're going to pick again.
Yes.
So hopefully it's a left tackle, so that we can protect Daniels. It would be a shame if we wait till we have 2 third-round picks. I got it, but the quality drastically drops at that point. So hopefully they get a left tackle with this pick. As far as the Patriots pick, they got a good receiver.
Yeah.
they got a very productive, good receiver. Because opposite Rome Adunzie,
Mm-hmm.
that guy was a beast.
Yep.
He was a beast. He had a lot of yards, a lot of catches, and I think he led the team in touchdowns. So whether it's Jacoby Brissett or Drake May, he's a big target with speed. So I don't know if uh, the Patriots are going to change their approach, but yeah, I think that both are very good picks.
Okay. He played in all 15 games. Had let me see, in 2023 he had 9 receiving touchdowns. Okay.
And
Okay.
I think he led the receivers in touchdowns. Adunzie might have been the guy, but I think uh, this kid was close to him if he wasn't the lead. Because
Okay.
during the championship game, he was getting most of the targets,
Okay.
and during the season, he received. Well, of course, Washington threw the ball a lot, so spreading the ball around. Excuse me, Penix is good at that, and he also goes to the mismatch. He doesn't always go to his favorite wide receiver.
All right.
So, but anyway, yeah, that's what I got. I mean, I'll be able to jump on and be live in a little bit, but right now, you got to take what I can give you.
Well, I'm not complaining. I'm just we're just transitioning to whatever happens. Okay. The pick is in for Tennessee at the 38th pick in the second round. And these guys are picking pretty quickly, man. They're getting 7 minutes for the second round and 3 minutes for the fifth round. I mean, third round. I've said that several times, but they're not even going close to maxing out the second round minutes. And I expect them to be at just as quick, if not quicker, in the third round. So uh, it's going to be a while before my home team is going to be picking. They picked 54. I expect them to pick a something somewhere along the offensive line, or maybe a linebacker or something like that. I don't think they need immediate help in the cornerback position, but we'll see what happens. I'm waiting for Tennessee. I see the pick is in. Quite naturally, I'm on the time delay, so um, whoever's watching or not watching or is watching and able to pick up what's taking place, I apologize, but as I see I'm going to call it. Let me put it that way. As I see it, I'm going to call it, and I see it on a time delay for most people. It's not. I have to call it. So
Well, when I get in the house, I'll definitely be ahead of you, um, unless the weather keeps acting up and my signal drops. But I'll do what Q did, and I'll turn it up and let the audio
okay. Well, whatever. I mean, what
for
kind
us.
of
So
what kind of time we're talking about? What's that?
I'll probably be in the house in about
You're
10
breaking.
minutes.
You're breaking up. You're breaking up something terrible. Uh-oh. You
I
got a
said
hall.
I'll
Oh,
probably be in my house.
you got
What?
Warren Moon coming out for the Titans pick.
Okay. I said I'll be in the house in 10 minutes.
Okay. All right. Well, whatever it takes.
So what I'll do is I'll drop off here,
Okay.
and when I come back, uh, it'll be live,
Okay.
and I'll hook you up.
All right. No problem. All right, that
All
was
right.
Mr. FSP. We'll be talking tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on a from round 4 to round 7 in the draft. Okay. Like I said earlier in the program here, we will be here from round 2 and round 3. Oh, okay. The Tennessee Titans have selected Tavondre Sweat, a defensive tackle out of Texas. Okay. And the Rams, the LA Rams, who have the 39th pick, is on the clock. Oh, the pick is in, and Washington is on the clock, I should say. Okay. They're not playing around, people. They're not playing around. And this is right in my wheelhouse. You know who you're going to pick? Pick them and move on. I'll say that. Pick them and move on. And we'll see what happens here. We're waiting for that pick to come in. And for those who don't know, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Saturday afternoon, the LA Rams have made a trade. Okay. And they've moved up. And I'll find the particulars out of that trade. But the pick is in for the Rams. Wow. They're in for the Rams. I wonder what the Rams are up to now. I wonder what the Rams are up to now. Okay. Okay. I wonder what they're up to. Wow. Wow. I wonder what the Rams are up to and what the trade involves. And the pick is in for the Rams. So let's see what they picked up an edge rusher in the first round with the 19th pick, Jared Verse from Florida State University. And now are they going to go defense or they're going to go offense here? We have to think. They have to get an idea here. You know what? I think they go offensive here. I think they go offense here. And you got Isaac Bruce coming out with the Ram selection. That tells me that they may be going offense here. Okay. That tells me no, the LA Rams have taken Braden Fisk, a defensive tackle from Florida State. So this is looking like the Rams want to shore up on their defense since Aaron Donald has been gone, and they want to make sure that the Rams defense is heard whoever opponent they play. That's what I'm saying. They're making a statement here. We're going to defense, and you're going to know about it. Don't think Aaron Donald absence is going to make a difference. We're still going to put pressure on you. Whatever offense you are, we're still going to put pressure on you. Very good against the run and very good at the pass. That's Brandon Fisk. And you got to believe out of Florida State that he's going to bring some nastiness to that Rams defense. Okay. And the Eagles are on the clock at number 40. The pick is in. The Eagles' pick is in. And the Green Bay Packers are on the clock. Okay. This is going quickly, people. Quickly. They ain't playing around. They're not playing around. And I'm glad they're not playing around because we got a whole nother round to go to. We are only into the 9th pick at Green Bay on the clock. And we have to get down to the 32nd pick quite naturally. So we got a ways to go just in the second round. Okay? Just in the second round. And they've gotten a trade. The Philadelphia Eagles has consummated a trade. Let's see what the Eagles consummated trade with, and we'll see what happens here. This is they're not playing. You didn't see. You got a little trading in the first round, but right now I think we've had 3 or 4 trades, and we're only into the ninth pick. We're only into the ninth pick. We're only into the ninth pick, and I think we've had half of the picks have gotten trades. That's well, I didn't say I expected it, but this is the aggressiveness I expected in the first round. Now we're getting it in the second round, and we're not even halfway through the second round, and teams are swapping picks, moving up, moving down, um, and we got to see what's going to happen. I mean, are we going to make Michael Parsons pissed off again? He can't believe that the Eagles got a Terry and Arnold yesterday and dropped to the Eagles' lap. He can't believe that happened. He can't believe that happened. He said, "How can they get so lucky?" So all I'm saying is this: the Eagles have a premier management organization. Seems that I wouldn't say outsmart, but I'm going to say outsmart a lot of teams in getting quality players at a good at a maybe at a discount or a good spot to pick. They make premium picks at in opportune times, and just like I said before, you see a player, whether it's if a player falls to you, or you can maneuver the draft, make a trade, and move up or move down, seeing how the board's going to play out. Eagles seem to be masters at that. They seem to be masters at that. All right, people. Right now, I got to step away real quick. Be right back. All right, I'm back. I'm back. I just had to make a move here and see if I can get this together. Okay. Let me get situated again and make this more comfortable for me. All right. So let me recap what's taking place. The Buffalo Bills finally decided to pick a player. They picked Keon Coleman, wide receiver, Florida State. Another wide receiver from Georgia, Lad McConkey, went to the Los Angeles Chargers. A defensive tackle went to the Atlanta Falcons, Rook Ohoro, okay, out of Clemson. Then the Washington Commanders with the 36th pick picked up Jazon Newton, a defensive tackle out of Illinois. 37th pick, the New England Patriots picked Jalen Polk. Um, uh, the Tennessee Titans, who had the 38th pick, picked up Tavondre Sweat, a defensive tackle out of Texas. With the 39th pick, the LA Rams also picked up a defensive tackle, Brandon Fitz, out of Florida State. And the pick is in for the Philadelphia Eagles. And Brandon Graham is making the pick. And I should say announcing the pick. And the pick is Come on, man. Make the pick. Oh, they pick up Cooper DeJean, cornerback from Iowa. Here we go. Oh, my God. The rich get richer. The rich get richer. The Philadelphia Eagles needed backside help, meaning cornerback or safety. And this guy can play three different types of back in that position. Cornerback, slot also, a slot corner, and he also can play safety. Cooper DeJean. Oh, my God. The rich get richer. You believe that? You believe that? Wow. Wow. And the New Orleans Saints are on the clock. All right. This is interesting. Very interesting. You're getting pass catchers and you're getting pass defenders. And also defensive linemen. Okay. And like I said, people, not one running back has shown up yet. Not one running back has shown up yet. And we may not get one in this round. Okay? We're not halfway through this second round. And the pick is in for the 41st pick, which is the ninth pick in the second round, which is the New Orleans Saints and the Houston Texans are on the clock. Okay. Saints are looking for wide receiver, a offensive tackle, cornerback, inside offensive lineman, running back. I did say running back at one point, and a safety. So I got Mr. FSP back here, and I'll put him on right now, Mr. FSP, as he's finishing his meal, which is fine.
I'm not finishing. I'm just starting.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, what you think? Jumping back in here, what do you think? Oh, okay. 41st pick is already in. How do you
Kool-Aid?
How do you like your Kool-Aid?
He's a New Orleans Saint, so
yep.
Man, I don't understand why Washington traded with Philly and they get Cooper DeJean. That's exactly what Philly needs.
Yep. I saw that. I said, wow. Yep. Yep. They need backside help. And they got it now.
Yeah, and Kool-Aid finally goes, and he goes to New Orleans, where I thought he was going to go in the first round. I thought Cooper was going to go to Philly in the first round as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know.
Okay, the Texans. What do you think the Texans are going to do here?
It's their first pick in the draft. They went out and got Stephon. I say they go defense. The pick is in.
I think they go defense too. I'm not exactly sure what part of the defense that they're looking at. Well, we know that.
And I told you Buffalo's getting Keon Cole. I guess somebody don't listen to me.
Look, I could care less. I figured.
No. But yesterday, when Worthy was taken, it was, see, I told you. And I'm like, really, Jerry?
Come on, man. Stop.
That's what you did.
Come on. I've been talking about Worthy. I've been talking about Worthy ever since the combine, going to Kansas City. I've been talking about Worthy.
I've been talking since we're talking about doing the mock. And they're like, he's slow. I'm like, okay.
He is slow. He ran a 4.61.
But what I'm saying is that's the type of receiver, somebody that's tall and can jump.
He's going to need a jump because he can't separate. He's going to need to jump because he can't separate. Okay, 50-50 balls. He's going to need to jump because he cannot separate. That's the problem with him. That's the problem with Quentin Johnson and the same exact. He's a clone. He's the exact clone of Quentin Johnson last year.
Okay, well,
I don't. That's the reason why I don't like him. He's 6'3", whatever, and he can't separate. That's a problem.
well, I think he can do more than separate. It's just, I'll say this: he does need to work on his game. He does.
And the Houston Texans take Kamari. I'm not familiar with this guy. Kamari
Lassiter, Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good player. I wouldn't have gone corner. So I missed where Washington dropped to so Philly could move up and what the compensation was. What was the compensation?
Washington dropped to 50th in the second round.
And how many? And what was the compensation?
And Washington also dropped to. They picked up two more picks in the second round. They have the 50th pick, which is 18 in the second round, and they have the 21st pick, which is 53. Both from Philly. So
we picked up two more seconds. I mean, one more second, because we already had our first pick in the second. So we got an additional.
You picked two picks up from Philly. The 18th. No.
We swapped. Okay, go ahead.
You picked up an additional pick. You picked up two picks because Philly gave up two picks. Because I'm looking at it right now. Philly gave up the 50th pick and the 53rd pick to Washington. So they're able to. They have two more picks in the second round, which is pretty damn good. That's a pretty good haul. Three picks in the second round.
Yeah, and we still got two in the third, and we picked a player already. So that's pretty good. There's Dave. He's happy about his Bears, obviously. Dave, I have a question for you. Do you think the Bears win the NFC North now, or do you think they make the playoffs at worst? The reason why I ask that is because, dude, the NFC North has become one of the best divisions on paper.
I'm going to say this. The NFC North has projected to be a very tough division. They're projected until you see it. It's only on paper. Until you see it, it's only on paper. So when I see it, I'll believe it. They're projected on paper.
I mean,
to be competitive. Let me put it that way.
I agree on paper. But dude, it's awful hard, in my opinion, to say the Bears ain't gonna be good.
Rookie quarterback in the Bears, rookie quarterback in Minnesota, a third-year quarterback in Green Bay, and you got a Super Bowl contending quarterback in Detroit.
So I'll put it this way. The most experienced quarterback is in Detroit. The next most experienced is in Green Bay. And that's only a year and a game. A year and a game of experience. Right? Because Chicago has a rookie quarterback coming in. Minnesota, if it's Bradford, then they have the most experience. But, I mean, Darnold, if it's Sam Darnold, then they have the most experience. But you don't draft J.J. McCarthy at 11 for him to sit behind Bradford. I mean, Jesus Christ. Darnold.
Well, I beg to disagree. The reason being, and I'm not calling him this player, but it's not like we haven't seen this before. Okay. With Pat Mahomes, who sat for a year and let Alex Smith take it. So I can see J.J. McCarthy.
And two different times. I mean, I get exactly what you're saying, but that was when you can afford to sit and wait. And Andy Reid has a legacy. So you just can't say, all right, you got 1 year to get this guy in there. No, Kansas City gave Andy Reid the leeway he needed to either sit him or start him.
Well,
But,
you don't think the coach of Minnesota has any leeway? I think he's got a lot of leeway.
I'm not saying that there's leeway. What I'm saying is during that time frame, Andy Reid could do that. Kansas City could do that.
Well,
it wasn't a rush to start the quarterbacks now. You had 3 to 4 years to get that quarterback ready. Now it's 2, 3 years. Remind you, how many years was it that Fields was a quarterback? Mac Jones was a quarterback. Pickett was the quarterback, and whoever else. And now they're all backups.
We've seen it.
They're all backups.
We've seen it with Green Bay, and we've seen it with Kansas City. I'm just saying, there's nothing that's going to stop. In my opinion, if they feel he needs to sit, they're going to sit him. They're going to sit him unless something happens to Sam Darnold. He plays so badly that they have no choice to put in their 11th pick in the draft. He can learn from, even though Sam Darnold's not Alex Smith or Aaron Rodgers or whoever, he still has the NFL experience as a starting quarterback. And that's invaluable to a rookie quarterback because he can sit and learn. Okay. What the heck? What are you doing? Are you okay?
I got to focus my camera. Picks in, and another cornerback was taken.
Max Melton.
And now the Raiders are on the clock.
Which Memo was here. And see who they took. He didn't agree with Brock Bowers. I want to see who they take here. If they're going to take.
I think here you're right. Spencer Rattler. I think this is where he goes.
Okay.
Unless he drops to the next round. Because the Raiders are the only team left that needs a quarterback. Literally. No other team that's in the market for one needs to draft one. And they send Jim Plunkett up there. Let me turn this up for you.
Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens here.
Here you go.
The Las Vegas Raiders select guard Jackson Powers Johnson.
I like Jackson Powers Johnson. They got a guard. I like it, but they still haven't addressed the quarterback. That means Sullivan's going to be their starter. You don't draft O'Connell. I'm sorry, O'Connell. Whatever, dude. I was thinking about TJ O'Sullivan for some reason.
Look how big that man is. 6'3", 300 and
yeah, dude, he is a monster. That's who I wanted Washington to get, if not a left tackle. Oh boy, can pass block his butt off, but he's a run blocking machine.
Green Bay is on the clock. Who do you think Green Bay is going to pick up here?
Who did they get in the first round? They got edge rusher, if I'm not mistaken.
I'll tell you in a minute.
Okay.
Green Bay.
The pick is in.
Okay. Green Bay. Where did Green Bay pick? Way down here. Green Bay picked up offensive lineman, Jordan Morgan out of Arizona. So I don't think they're going to go offensive lineman. I think they're going to go
defensive lineman or corner. They need to go defensive lineman or corner. Honestly,
you don't think they're going to look for a linebacker? Well, you may be right because defensive lineman to rush the passer or a corner to protect the backside because Caleb Williams,
yeah.
Sam Donald
And the
or
pick is
JJ
in.
Caleb Williams, Sam Donald or JJ McCarthy, and Jared Goff. Okay, yeah, they're going. I think
Pick
you're
is
right.
in.
Okay. And where am I going? Okay, here, 41st pick.
Adrian Cooper, linebacker, Texas A&M.
That's what I said. I was talking about linebacker. So, okay.
And that was a good pick because he's the best linebacker in the draft. I mean, that's saying a lot because it's not that many good linebackers in the draft.
Well, this is a offensive lineman, quarterback, wide receiver draft, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. Very offensive. Very offensive.
So
Well,
we're talking about the Panthers now. The Panthers picked up a wide receiver the last time they drafted, which was the 32nd pick in Leggett, Xavier Leggett. Who are they going to go here?
they trade. They've traded their pick. They traded the 46 overall pick. Has not said to who, but the pick is in. It looks like they traded with the Giants.
Okay.
It looks like.
I'm surprised because the Giants don't do a lot of trading.
Well, it said the pick is in, but also said that there was a trade. So the Panthers can't trade with themselves.
I'm waiting to see what the trade is. I'm waiting to see what the trade is.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know because. No, okay. They're making a pick. I guess they put the wrong graphic up. They put the wrong graphic up because they said it was a trade. But
let me put it this way, and I said this before. If you know who you're going to get, what are you waiting for 7 minutes for? You just put the pick in and move on.
Well, that's true. However, Mr. Peters of the Washington Commanders said that they already had the pick for Daniels in and ready, but the NFL likes you to wait a little so they can play. They can sell some seats or some shit. Stuff like that. You okay, Jerry?
I'm trying to listen to this.
Oh, I got you.
All the players that I played with, just want to give you all a special shout out and thank you. I know Coach Saban is in the house. You know where my heart is too. The Indianapolis Colts.
So they traded with the Colts.
The 46th pick to the Carolina Panthers.
Okay. So the Colts traded their pick to the Panthers.
Okay.
In the 2024 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select Jonathan Brooks.
Oh my.
Well,
all the way live now. Wow.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, JT. He doesn't have offensive line. So it won't even matter.
It don't matter. Trust me. Trust me when I'm telling you this. I've told you about this guy before. I'm telling you. It makes a difference where he goes. They're going to use him. That means Chuba Hubbard and Jonathan Brooks are going to be a tandem. That means they're going to run the heck out of football. They're going to run the heck out of football. And they're going to get later in the draft, they're going to move around to get some offensive linemen. They're going to run the football. This guy is for real. He's the real deal. He reminds me, and I'm not saying he is, but he reminds me when I'm looking at him. He reminds me of another Texas back that made a name for himself. You probably don't recall it, but I try to tell people a long time ago about this running back, Jamal Charles.
I recall Jamal Charles, Jerry. I mean, why would I recall Jamal Charles?
Well, let me put it this way. And I'm not going to. Well, I'm going to enlighten you like I enlightened you guys years back about Jamal Charles. And I got. That's what I got. They didn't want to hear it. You guys didn't want to hear it when I brought up guys.
So I'm a
Charles. When Jamal Charles had a name, I was telling you about Jamal Charles, and then he broke out in the same year I told you about him. I'm just saying. This kid is not Jamal Charles, but he's a close proximity to him. He doesn't have the speed, but he has speed, but he doesn't have the speed of a Jamal Charles. But he's another Texas running back, and Texas is becoming, for the last 2 years, Texas is becoming one of my favorite places to get running backs besides Georgia. He's a very, 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 very good running back. And he can catch the football out of the backfield. He can run the football, pass block. He's an all-around back. All-around back. And he's lightly used, which is key. And a young guy. I think he's 21, 22, something like that. He's a young guy. And lightly used, like not like some of these other running backs that are heavily used, Blake Corum, or Austin Etienne. They're heavily used. They're heavily used, and they don't have a long shelf.
Why do you got to go on Blake Corum?
Because I just said.
I know what you just said.
I just said heavily used running backs. Blake
I know,
Corum,
but the way you said it was
heavily used. Austin Etienne is heavily used. I just named two running backs. Austin Etienne, whatever his name is, from Notre Dame. Big back, heavily used.
Oh, okay. Travis Etienne's brother?
No.
Is that what you're talking about?
He's not Travis Etienne.
That's Travis Etienne's brother.
No, it's not.
Travis Etienne's brother.
You're spelling the name differently.
Travis Etienne's brother is a running back. I don't know if he goes to Notre Dame.
Well, it's not. No.
Okay.
No.
I mean, well, you can pronounce it. So I was trying to.
I couldn't pronounce it, but I know Etienne has an N in it, and this guy has an M in his name. Okay.
Oh, it sounded like you were saying N, as in Nancy. That's what it sounded like.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
They're heavily used, and normally heavily used running backs don't have a long shelf life in the NFL. I'm just saying. I
mean, got it, noted. But also, here he goes. I don't know why they like coming on me when I'm on your show, but don't bother me when I'm on my show. Oh man. Anyway, dude, will you get down? Anyway, that's why you ran into the daggone window. So these backs, I think Brooks is young, but the next quality back behind him is like 24, 25. He's got one contract in him before the NFL says whoever the 24, 25-year-old is at running back.
I know you're not talking about Trey Benson, but Trey Benson is a young running back too, and he's
second. There's one that's 24, 25.
I'm not sure who that could be. I can't off the top of my head think about that.
All right, well, pick is in. Giants have made selection. Tiki Barber is coming up.
Good evening, Detroit.
Who the heck is Tyler Nubin? Who the heck is SAF? Who the heck is special teams?
With the 47th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, The New York Football Giants select Tyler Newman, safety, Minnesota.
Safe.
Tyler Newman.
You know about this guy, Tyler Newman, safety out of Minnesota.
I do not. I do not. I never followed Minnesota too much. So
Wow,
I really can't give you much on him.
they're knocking these picks out because I'm looking on the board here at 48, which is the Jaguars, and 49, which is the Bengals.
Cincinnati Bengals.
And both are telling me those picks are in. I mean, they're knocking these picks out left and right.
Well, people want to get in and out. They don't want to be up all night. You know, it is what it is.
And Washington is on the clock. So the two picks I just named, the Jaguars and the Bengals pick is in, and Washington is on the clock. Who do you think Washington is going to take?
Well, I got to get to the Jaguars pick because they didn't name their pick yet.
Look, the reason why I asked you Washington because you're a Washington Commander fan. So who do you think? Who was you?
I don't know because I don't know who's going to be taken ahead of them. So I can't give you a prognostication. I know what I want.
That's what I asked you. Who would you want?
I want a lineman, but I think that might be gone. Okay.
Offensive or defensive?
Jaguars pick is in. Offensive lineman.
Okay.
Also want to thank the Detroit faithful for when I played here, they supported me. So I really appreciate that. Detroit, thank y'all, the city. Thank you. And now, with the 48th pick in the 2020.
I see it already. I'm going to ask you about it once you hear it.
Mason Smith, defensive tackle.
Mason Smith. He's a little game wrecker. He's not little. He's a game wrecker. He's a plugger. In other words, he's going to plug a hole. He's not going to penetrate too much, but what he's going to do is he's going to stand that center or guard up, whichever technique they're in, and he's going to shift them. You remember a player like Jumpy Gathers?
Who?
Jumpy Gathers.
Yes.
He's like Jumpy Gathers.
Okay.
He needs to get stronger. He needs to get more penetration. But outside of that, he's okay. He's not great. He's okay. Number two, a second round pick. I wouldn't have him a second round pick. I wouldn't have had him a second round pick.
No?
Nah.
Okay.
I would have him third round. Maybe lower in second round.
Okay.
But not. Well, it's middle second. So it's about right. It's about right.
Well, it's exactly he's exactly in the middle of the second round.
Yeah. So I can't complain. The pick is in.
So the commissioner is coming on out right now with a special guest.
What do you think Cincinnati goes here? They need some offensive linemen, right? They need a wide receiver.
They got an offensive lineman. I think they'll get a receiver.
What receiver you think that is worthy of being a?
Well, Lad McConkey's gone. Calvin's gone. I'm not sure.
Together with the Bengals, we believe in breaking down barriers.
So I think here, man, I'll be very honest with you. If Cincinnati does not pick a wide receiver, it's going to be either they repay Higgins or not. But here we go.
Who is this person? This woman?
Chris Jenkins, Michigan. They got a monster. Dude is a monster. His father is oh my God. So he has a lineage. His uncle, his dad, and somebody else played in the NFL defensive line. I forgot the other Jenkins that used to play in the NFL, but dude's nice. Dude is nice. There's Chris Jenkins Sr. There you go. There you go. Played for the Panthers back in the day.
Okay.
But his dad was offensive lineman, and he's defensive lineman. Dude has quicks. Dude has quicks, man.
Well,
he's pretty damn good.
Let's move on to the Washington Commanders pick now. And now, Mr. FSP, who do you think? Who do you want? Let me put it that way.
I want an offensive lineman. I want an offensive lineman because we need to protect Jalen. The pick is in. Why is Troy Vincent? Oh, he was a Commander at one point.
With the 50th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Washington Commanders select Mike Sainristil, defensive lineman.
Well, we got a beast. Sainristil is a monster. That dude can fly. He can fly. I know it's a 4.47, but old boy is nice. He shut down Rome Duzier in the championship game. They blitzed him a lot. At least Michigan did. At 5'9.5".
Oh,
I mean,
small.
Well, he might be small, but he's a monster. He is a monster. I like him because he plays the ball through the man. And, his football intelligence, pretty damn good. I'm glad we got him. I'm not mad at it. I wish we would have got an offensive lineman. Truly. But, geez.
Okay.
Maybe we get an offensive lineman with our next pick coming up. But Sainristil, he'll come in. One, I would say he's a better coverage corner than St. Juice. St. Juice is tall, lanky, and physical. But coverage-wise, once you beat him off the jam, he has a hard time making that up. So he might contend for the number 2 spot. But that also means Forbes has got to play better. Because right now Forbes is the number 2 corner. Excuse me, the number 2 corner behind St. Juice. So, I would like for us to get a better player. Now, with the Steelers on the clock, they got a offensive lineman, which they needed, which was a damn good offensive lineman, which we would have got him. But they got to go receiver, unless they're still trying to get T. Higgins. That's the only reason why I would see them not going receiver.
Well, let me ask you this then: what would it take to get T. Higgins?
There's gonna be some
Huh?
Couple first rounders.
A couple? No, I don't think a couple first round for T. Higgins.
I
don't think so. I think if they wanted to do that, this is what I would suggest. This is me. I give the Bengals this second round pick and a first round of next year for T. Higgins. That's what I would give him.
But this second round pick is mid range.
Okay.
So
okay. Okay. It's mid range.
And I'll be honest with you. If they do that, there really isn't a stud wide receiver left. I mean, a dude that's going to come in and legit be a legit number 2. I mean, I got to see the list of available wide receivers, but I don't think there's one left that is worth giving up this second round pick or getting this second round pick and drafting his eventual replacement. I see what Cincinnati can do though. If they do trade Higgins for what you're talking about, bring back Tyler Boyd. He hasn't signed with anybody. That's what I would do.
I see some wide receivers that they could possibly pick up. I mean, they got a very good
All right,
offense.
name them.
Wait a minute, just relax.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, wait.
Yeah, look. Chill out, please. Okay.
What are you talking about?
Chill out. You waiting like I'm supposed to go to your beck and call. Come on, man. Relax.
I need you to you need to relax because all I said when you mentioned some names, I said say the names.
I said I was setting it up, but you being impatient, you can't wait. Okay.
Oh
what I'm saying, they have. What I was saying, they have.
Oh, your boy Mitchell's left. Your boy Mitchell's left.
What I was saying was this: they have. Okay. What I was saying is this:
Pick is in.
They have players available, wide receivers available, because I'm looking at them. And
yeah, Mitchell, your boy Mitchell. But pick is in.
They got McMillan from Washington, Troy Franklin which is nice, from Oregon, Brendan Rice,
Frazier. They got a center. That's a pretty good center. A pretty good center.
Who's the offensive coordinator?
I know.
They're going to run the football. They're going to run the football.
That's a good pick. They add him and a solid left tackle. That's not bad. That's not bad. I think Frazier was considered like the second or third best center in the draft. And to get him here, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. You can take that off.
Right. Colts are on the clock.
Huh?
I said the Colts are on the clock.
Yeah. Maybe they get Mitchell since they didn't go receiver the first time.
Hey, cornerback. What they go the first time? I'm trying to think what they go.
First time they went linebacker. They got Lua Fanatu.
Okay. I'm thinking they're going to go wide receiver here. I don't think they're going to.
They go Mitchell.
Well, I'm just giving you my opinion too. Can I give my opinion? Please.
I thought you were saying as if as if you didn't hear me say it.
No, I think they go wide receiver here. Troy Franklin would fit well with them. Let me put it that way. Troy Franklin would fit well here. Malik Washington would fit well here. I like a wide receiver. They need a wide receiver. They need a bigger wide receiver than they have right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why your boy Mitchell hasn't gone off the board.
Donovan Mitchell went early, man.
No, he's available.
What?
He's available.
I
just saw Daniel Jeremiah's top available. Mitchell from Texas is still available. According to the graphic, if the graphic's wrong,
okay.
I'm wrong.
Don Mitchell is an option too. Okay. They must. They
That's
must.
why I said.
They must see something. Teams must see something that a wide receiver needy that they don't think that much like others of a Don Mitchell.
Well, that you said you saw a lot in him. What did you see?
He's a big wide receiver, big body wide receiver, and he got 4.3, 4.4 speed. And he was one of Texas main wide receivers, along with Xavier Worthy.
All right, the pick is in.
And Washington is on the clock.
Thursday family to the Colts organization. I'm a 7th round pick, man. I ain't even supposed to be standing on this stage right now, man. Shout out to all the guys. I just want to take this moment to just give a special shout out, rest in peace to Corey Cunningham, rest in peace to Vontae Davis.
Come on, man. Just make the pick.
Much longer after they walk across this stage and they playing days are done. You know, I just want to give a round of applause to all the players. With that being said, with the 52nd pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Indianapolis Colts select Adonai Mitchell, wide receiver of Texas.
Told ya.
Okay.
Told ya.
Well, I said I think they go wide receiver. So, you know, we collaborated on that pick. Okay. I thought they would go wide receiver. I've been saying they need to go wide receiver. I thought they'd go wide receiver in the first round. They didn't do it. I figured they'd go wide receiver here.
Yeah. 6'2", 205 pounds. Big target. He's Michael Pittman. Tony, I would not give us a passing grade right now. Because even though we got an A with Daniels and getting the kid out of Illinois is a solid pick, it still does not address the pressing need for an offensive lineman. You got a quality player. I mean, old boy is a beast. But now we have 3 defensive tackles that we might not even play together.
You saw what happened to Bryce Young with no offensive line.
Well, again, we have a better offensive line than them, but I don't want to have the patchwork offensive line we have and a passing attack that we're going to have and not a balanced running one. Oh, Deron Payne might be traded. I mean, I can see it. I like Payne. Allen is a monster, but he said he's tired of losing and he wants out of there, so he might be one gone. But Adonai Mitchell is a very good pick. Our pick is in. I guess they're going to show it after the break.
So, all I got to say is this, Tony, I really appreciate you listening to the show and adding your comments. I appreciate that.
So I don't have a list of the top offensive linemen remaining, but getting the corner instead of the lineman, I didn't like that.
Well, let me put it this way. Let me explain something to you. I don't care about the name. I just want to give give me a suggestion on a position. I could care less.
I mean, that's why I keep saying offensive lineman.
Okay, offensive lineman.
I mean, that's what we need. Unless we get a linebacker. This is probably the best time to get a linebacker because only the best linebacker in the draft has been taken. So the second best is out there. Okay. Inside linebacker, that is. Okay. Because the outside linebackers, they've already been taken. So edge rushers, outside linebackers. But
Okay.
if we don't get an offensive lineman, go ahead.
So Tony's not in the show, which is fine, but he's contributing to the comments. I'm going to pose it out to Tony.
Okay.
Who are you looking for your Washington Commanders, Tony?
He gonna say for us to get anything better than what we got. He gonna say something smart like that.
He always makes an educated comment. So I mean, don't disparage our guests, okay? Don't
Excuse
disparage
me.
on this
I
show. I
can
don't
see what
disparage
I
any of my
want.
guests. On this show, I don't disparage any of my
Okay.
guests. I appreciate them.
That I appreciate him too, but I can also tell the truth. Oh, that's right. You're an officer. That's right. You like to have your way.
I appreciate all the support I can get. I'm not going to disparage a guest.
No
whether
one is
he-
disparaging a guest.
whether he's live or whether he is through the comments. So I'm just asking for his educated guess on what position would you like to see for your
Thank
Washington
you.
Redskins?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Tony. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Okay.
Show the people.
Relax. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Hold on. We already got a cornerback, Tony. You want another one?
Hey, you can never have too many corners. I want corn, but a middle linebacker, cornerback, or offensive lineman will suffice. Just like we had talked about, both of us, including you, got to protect Daniels. You got to protect him. Hey, he's slight build. I don't want him to go to the same fate as RG3. And if they don't protect him, he'll be another Bryce Young. I hate to say it. I'm not talking that he's Bryce Young, but he'll be in the same situation with a lacking offensive line that can't protect him, and
Or run the ball.
his percentage of getting hurt will be high. Let me put it that way.
Well, Washington has, as Tony says, a lot of needs, but I look at
Pick is in.
Brian. Yeah, I look at Brian Robinson. I look at Rodriguez, who they got from Auburn last year. Linebackers, P. Wilson Colson from Michigan. I like that kid from Michigan. Fisher from Indiana. I'll take Fisher. Darrell Green is back. The pick is in.
Bennett Sinat, a tight end from Kansas State. Really? Ooh. I don't know about all that.
Why did we get a tight end?
Your thoughts, Mr. FSP? Tony, oh my God. Wow. Your thoughts, Mr. FSP, you're at a loss for words. I'm looking at you at a loss for words.
Listen.
What's your thoughts? Cleveland, come on now. Cleveland's on the top.
I don't see why we went and got. I mean, he's a good tight end. Don't get me wrong.
I'm looking for an offensive lineman.
This is the third year in a row we've drafted high a tight end.
Okay. All right. Let's move on.
And we have not got a lineman yet.
Okay. Cleveland's pick is in. I'm looking for an offensive lineman, offensive tackle, possibly another wide receiver, a running back, linebacker. I'm not too sure about a defensive lineman, but that's you can never have too many of any of the positions unnamed. So we'll see what Cleveland.
Cleveland was even in the draft.
Their first pick is in the draft. Their first pick, their very first pick in the draft. Let's see what 54 brings. Ironically, 54 is a key number.
I know. Jeremiah Trotter Jr.
54 is the key number.
Here we go.
That's the year I was born. 54 is a key number. This got to be a lucky number here. It's got to be a hell of a number. Got to be a hell of a number. Come on, man. What we got? I don't need. Hey, this is what Tony said. This is what Tony said.
I read it.
Okay, here we go. Cleveland Brown. AB, what are you going to do?
I don't care what Cleveland does.
I know you don't. I mean, because you just regardless
I
of what it is,
already told you. I think who they're going to get.
Michael Hall, a defensive tackle.
Oh, so you're ahead of me.
Well, I'm looking at it online also. So the pick came online before it actually was announced. But it's Michael Hall Jr., a defensive tackle out of Ohio State.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wouldn't have gone after him. He's okay. I mean, he played very well versus lesser talent. He didn't show up versus Michigan. Good luck, Cleveland.
Who has the better record?
You talking about
Who has the better record this year? You say good luck, Cleveland.
for who?
Come on, man. You're trying to play like you don't know what I'm talking about. Who's going to have a better record between Washington and Cleveland?
Oh, Washington. Because Cleveland has a murderous row division.
Okay. I understand what you're saying, but Cleveland's a much better built team than your Washington Commanders. Much better. Not even close. Much better team. Now, I know you're being homer. I know you don't want to admit it, but that's a fact. They're a much better team. Now, you're right. They have the hardest schedule in the NFL this year. Okay, I'm not going to dispute that.
They haven't released the schedule, but the players they got to play. I mean, teams that got to play, yes.
But they have a much better team. They have more playmakers on that team than Washington could ever have. Let me put it that way. They have more better playmakers on that team than
Washington play Cleveland this year?
It don't make a difference.
I'm asking you a question.
Thank you. I'm just this is a Washington Commander fan that's being real. Okay.
Oh, because he agrees with you, he's being real.
No,
because I disagree with you. I'm not being real.
He's being real. He's being realistic. He's being realistic.
He's saying they'll go as far as Watson, and he thinks they'll be better than us. And that's not being real. That's just his opinion. My opinion is Cleveland is not better than Washington. That's not me.
Okay.
Okay. Just because I don't agree with you, you're saying I'm not being real?
Okay.
Come on now.
Okay. No problem, Vic. No problem. I'm gonna remember this conversation coming the end of the year when you.
That's why I asked. Does Cleveland play Washington?
It doesn't make a difference.
Long time. The pick is in.
Miami Dolphins pick is in. And who's that? Who's that big man coming up to the
Richmond Webb?
Okay. Patrick Paul, offensive tackle out of Houston.
Why didn't we get him? Man. Yes.
Your Dallas Cowboys on the clock now.
Really?
Well,
I hope you got massage oil for your boy.
Cleveland should finish third in the division. Okay, I can almost agree.
They're not going to finish third, bro.
Okay. Washington will finish last for the third straight year.
They will not finish last.
Oh my God. I'm a realistic fan. You're a homer, regardless of what you think.
Why?
You're a homer.
Why?
Washington's roster is not
Lewis.
even close to Cleveland. Not even close. And
Jared,
you just
because you and one other person think that does not make it true. Not at all.
just because you
have
say
a quarterback.
it's true.
Exactly. But I'm not disparaging your opinion about your Browns.
I'm just
No.
you're not being
said was
realistic.
I agree. The Browns, with Tony saying the Browns will go as far as Deshaun Watson.
No,
and
well,
how is that disparaging them? But yet you want to continue disparaging.
Let me finish this. Let me finish this.
It's cool.
They're not as far as Deshaun Watson going to take him, because that proved that last year. They played 4 quarterbacks last year and they won 11 games. 4 quarterbacks and they won 11 games. So in Deshaun Watson, wait a minute. Let me finish. And Deshaun Watson was 5-1 last year as a quarterback. 5-1. He won only one. He lost only one game. You didn't see it on there when they had Cleveland up. Deshaun Watson was 5-1 in last year.
But how many games are played in the season? 17.
And
right?
Like I said, they won.
Right?
They won.
You don't have Joe Flacco back.
They won 11. Okay, but they won games with backup quarterbacks before. So what's to say that they can't do it again? Okay, what's to say that the coaching can't get the team a win if the starting quarterback isn't there? They've done it. They did it with 4 different quarterbacks. You know how hard that is with 4 different quarterbacks have a 11 win season. Come on, man. Come on.
Well, that's why the head coach got coach of the year. I don't care. They still got bounced in the first round of the playoffs. Just like I said they would versus Houston, who you said, well, they got a rookie quarterback.
We're talking about records, man. Now you're going to go with a different
direction.
Records.
My God.
You're trying to deflect. You're trying to deflect.
I'm not. What I'm telling you is I agree with Tony as far as
I agree with Tony too.
As far as Watson takes them. And
Washington
right now, Watson's coming back off of a shoulder injury.
Did Cleveland make the playoffs? Washington didn't make the playoffs.
Hey,
Washington didn't make the playoffs. You want to go there? You want to go there? I'm going there.
Let me ask you a question. Where is this the same energy when Tony made the same comment? Because I'm only agreeing with Tony's comment, but you're taking it. You gave Tony praise for the same fucking comment.
Why you?
I mean, I don't get that. You're turning on me because I agree with what Tony said. That don't make no sense.
Look.
It doesn't make any sense.
It makes sense because and I'm disputing both of you because the fact is
you did not dispute both of them. You agreed with Tony's comment. You posted the comment and said, "Yeah, you're right, Tony." All of that, and I'm like, okay.
I didn't say that. All of that. All I said was that I posted a comment, and then you made the comment. They'll only take it as long as Watson is in. I said no. They won with 4 different quarterbacks last year.
Jerry,
and they got
what I said about this was when Tony made the comment, he had 2 parts to that comment. One was Cleveland will only go as far as Watson takes them, and Washington will finish last. I said I agree with the first part. You said, yeah, he's right. He's a real fan. He's this, and I'm like,
I said,
okay, I agreed with what he said, and now you're going at me because you're saying
when I said I agree with him,
quarterback. But he's the one who made the comment.
When I
Tony for that.
When I said this is what I said. I agree with that. I said when I said Washington will finish last, you said no, they won't. I said Cleveland. I said Cleveland played 4 quarterbacks last year and made the playoffs. 4 quarterbacks.
Okay.
So I answered the second part first, and then I answered the first part last. So
you didn't go at Tony the way you're going at me. That's the point. Tony's the one that made the comment. I just agreed with his comment. Go
and,
at the
and
guy
I dis-
that made
and
the comment.
and I disagreed with the comment because I said they won with 4 different quarterbacks. When he said
No. You came at me because of my comment about it. You didn't talk to Tony. You didn't say, Tony, I disagree with you because of the. No, you said,
Cleveland will
you went
truly
on about
need
me.
Watson to play good, if
Man.
not great, in all 17 games. Yes, Cleveland made the playoffs with 4 different quarterbacks, but for the money and the fact that most of these quarterbacks on Cleveland's roster, they'll need Watson at his best. Now, I agree with that one. Okay, I agree with that one. There's different quarterbacks on that team now. But the point I was making was,
I said that 5 minutes ago, and you know what you said? They went to the playoffs.
They did go to the playoffs.
And
They
Deshaun
did go to
Watson was
the
5-1.
Can I finish? Can I finish my thought? Can I finish? Stop. Stop.
I was
Can I
make
finish?
your mind up. That's all.
Can I finish my thought? Can I finish my thought? My thought is this, and I don't want to go any further. We're going back and forth with Cleveland, and Cleveland has picked 3 picks ago, and we're going with the Cowboys, whose pick is in.
Oh gosh. How are they booing paraplegics?
I would also like to introduce a couple other veterans that are joining me on stage. Earlier today, the NFL, alongside the Bob Woodward Foundation and Move United, hosted the first ever USA.
Are you going to rush this guy like you rushed the guy for Jacksonville?
I'm waiting for this guy. I mean, come on, man.
I'm just saying. You said stop with all that talking. Get to the pick. You want to do that to this guy?
Get to the pick. People want to hear the pick.
Oh my.
Please join me in welcoming the co-captains of the game today, retired U.S. Army Corporal Jason Rainey. And retired U.S. Marine Sergeant Alex Wynn.
What are these fallen soldiers?
Make the pick today for the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to turn the mic over to
Oh,
Jason.
I know who they pick, and I'm going to wait for the pick to be.
I already put Marshawn Nealon.
Championship.
Yeah, edge rusher, Western Michigan. I'm not too familiar with him at all.
With the 56th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Marshawn Nealon, defensive end from Western Michigan.
That was an interesting pick. That's interesting.
I don't think Dallas is going to be that good this year. I really don't. I really don't.
Well,
Dallas needs a few pieces, and Marshawn Nealon, really? I can't see it. I can't see it. Don't see it.
well, they're looking to replace Lawrence. So,
Well, let me just show the audience what Tony is saying here. These GMs are truly not seeking the team needs. I agree with you, Tony. I don't know what Jerry Jones or his last 2 or 3 picks are thinking. I really don't. Cleveland with a defensive tackle, and Miami with an offensive tackle. Okay. Dallas with the edge rusher. Washington with a tight end. I don't know, man. Tampa Bay's pick is in, which is next, and after that, Green Bay's pick is in. So these guys are trying to get through these picks quick.
Tampa Bay's going linebacker because they just let go of White.
Well,
and
they could use a cornerback and a safety because they were horrible against the pass. So
well, cornerback is. I would say this, if that is true. Well, I'm not saying it's not true, but
They were stout against the run.
With the two positions, cornerback has been somewhat depleted. Linebacker, only one linebacker has been taken to this point, and we're almost at the end of the second round.
Yeah,
that's crazy. I understand they aren't that great of prospects this year, but the top 5 linebackers are pretty good. Safeties, they're depleted as well. I don't know what's going to happen. But I say they go linebacker. They may get corner because there's some out there, but
they need corners. They were horrible against the pass. Better against the run, but against the pass, that was their weakness. So if they ran up against the offense that passed the ball a lot, they, in my opinion, couldn't keep up. So,
well, they were down in the third and fourth corners playing 1 and 2. So, I mean, if they're willing to wait for people to heal, okay, then they don't go that way. But if they're ready to move on because Patrick Murphy is gone, I don't think they need safety. Not at all. Corner, yeah. Safety, no. But with the second best linebacker out there, I'd get the second best linebacker over the 8th best corner or the 5th best safety if they do go safety. They might even go offensive line again.
okay, the best available right now is Junior Colson, a linebacker out of Michigan. TJ Tampa, Iowa State cornerback. Peyton Wilson, North Carolina State linebacker. Javon Bullard, a safety out of Georgia, and Cedric Gray. These are the next 5. North Carolina linebacker.
I was in that hotel across from it.
Or Ennis Rakestraw out of Missouri.
What position?
Cornerback.
Okay, so they go corner. And I mean, it's a need. I wouldn't have gone to the 8th best corner. Again, I would have gone the second best linebacker because I need a linebacker. Also, truly need corner help as well. But I got to see the measurables on this kid.
Ennis Rakestraw, 5'11", 183 pounds.
Yeah, but is he good at man-to-man?
Pro comp is Tre'Davious White. The pro comparison is Tre'Davious White, which is pretty damn good. Uh-oh. There's my man. What's up there, Memo?
What's up, Mr. Jerry Taylor?
What's happening?
Jerry, I mean, Q, have you been listening?
I just got home right now, barely right now. I have nothing. I haven't listened to nothing.
Bro, you should have heard how your boy traded on me. I am disgusted with Mr. Taylor. He traded on me like I was a wet.
Hey, let me put it this way, Q.
I was disgusted.
He's
getting into
because
they didn't even answer the question that Tony put up here. I got to answer, but I wasn't going to answer it until he put it up.
He's getting into his feelings.
Jerry, tell me the truth. You'll tell me the truth.
I just told you he's getting into his feelings. I'm just telling you.
And Tampa Bay got an edge rusher. They didn't get no cornerback. They got Chris Broswell. So where did you get cornerback from?
They need. I said they need a cornerback. They need a cornerback.
But you mentioned a name and said they got a cornerback.
I said they need a cornerback. I said the last person I named was Ennis Rexstraw. I said they need a cornerback, and Ennis Rexstraw was a cornerback. I was going to name you 5. I named 6. I named 4, and I gave you the last one was number 5, Ennis Rexstraw out of Missouri. I said they need.
Okay, I misunderstood because what you said that was their
like
pick.
I said, Q, we get into the feelings. You get mixed up.
No, I'm not. But the pick is in.
I just walked in from work. I just walked in from work right now. I don't know anything. What's going on? Anything major?
Jerry's being a jerk.
Hey,
he made me curse.
Let me tell you. I'll tell you.
Javon Bullard, safety, Georgia, okay. Green Bay.
Okay, that's one of the ones I named that I thought Tampa Bay was going to get. Anyway, in the second round, you picked up a center, Jackson Powers Johnson. The Raiders did.
The first pick of the second round?
No, y'all's pick.
Well, yeah, our pick.
Yeah, the first pick that the Raiders had, they only had one pick, I think, in the second round with Jackson Powers Johnson, center at Oregon.
Who did anybody take McKinstry? Kool-Aid?
Kool-Aid?
Yeah, Kool-Aid went after.
Yeah, he went to the Saints.
Yeah, Cooper DeJean went to the Eagles.
Damn, they were both available when the Raiders picked, and they didn't pick none of them?
No. Let me run it down here. The first pick in the second round was Keon Coleman to Buffalo. Ladd McConkey went to the Chargers, which was the next pick. Atlanta picked a defensive tackle. Washington then picked Zerzan Newton, another defensive tackle. Patriots picked Jalen Polk, wide receiver. Tennessee next, Devondre Sweat, a defensive tackle. The Rams picked Braden Fisk, a defensive tackle. Eagles picked Cooper DeJean. And then after that,
Washington.
And after that, the Saints picked Kool-Aid McKinstry. The Texans picked cornerback. And Cardinals picked next Max Melton. And then after that, the Raiders picked Jackson Powers Johnson. So, and Edrin Cooper, the linebacker from Texas A&M, went to Green Bay. Jonathan Brooks got picked by the Carolina Panthers, the running back. Tyler Nubin, I don't know him, the safety was picked by New York. Mason Smith, defensive tackle, went to the Jaguars. Chris Jenkins, the defensive tackle, went to the Bengals. Washington again picked a cornerback out of Michigan, Mike Sainstrill. Zach Frazier, center, went to the Steelers. Adon Mitchell, the wide receiver, went to the Colts. Bennett Sinnott, a tight end, went to Washington again. Michael Hall Jr., defensive tackle out of Ohio State, went to my Browns. Patrick Paul, offensive tackle, went to Miami Dolphins. Marshawn Keelan, an edge rusher, went to the Cowboys. Chris Braswell, an edge rusher, went to the Bucks. And Javon Bullitt went to Green Bay. And Blake Fisher, which is the last pick that right now, offensive tackle, went to the Houston Texans. And Buffalo Bills are on the clock. Or the pick is in, I should say. The Detroit Lions are on the clock.
Well, you can't have too many offensive linemen, so it's not bad.
What's your thoughts about where am I at here? Let me just get to your thoughts about where the heck is he at? I just saw him. The tight end, Stinnett, being picked by your Raiders.
They got another tight end?
Hold on a minute. Where the heck am I at? Hold on. I'm trying to get to him. Where the hell's he at? I just saw him. I just named him, didn't I? Oh, here it is. Jackson Powers Johnson. I'm sorry, center.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I think. That's good. I mean, we need all the help we can get on the offensive line.
Okay.
I just wish we would have gone cornerback.
Okay.
But the Eagles, those are good picks for the Eagles.
Tony, I still believe this is what Tony said, which goes on hottest. I still believe it's Mike McCarthy. I still believe he's on the hottest seat in this season. And second place could be the Chicago coach.
If they start off slow, I think he'll be in the hot seat after like 6-7 games.
Yeah. So that's my thought.
You guys been on this for like 2 hours?
Yes. I've been on it for 2 hours.
Oh.
Vic has been on it for about an hour or so.
Damn. There's hella traffic today. Ugh.
LA traffic, huh?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
It's horrible.
I haven't been out to LA in, oh my God, since my sister lived out there, and that was, 30 years ago?
Oh, man. It's like way different now.
Yeah, well, the traffic, if you say it was hell, the crazy traffic and people driving crazy when I was out there, so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It's even worse now. People don't even care.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't even see highway patrol or anything, bro. You rarely see them. People doing whatever they want.
They're playing
everywhere.
like three monkeys.
Yeah.
See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil.
Yeah. It's crazy.
All right, Mr. FSP, who's the hottest coach on the season this year? On hottest seat?
McCarthy and
I think the Buffalo coach.
You think
nah,
so?
I don't think he's on the hot seat because they got rid of Stephon Diggs, and the ownership should, even though they're trying to get a stadium, their ownership has to understand they're selling 25% of the team, but right now all you really have is Josh. That's all you really have, and I don't know if that's going to be enough. But Buffalo's on the clock and the pick is in.
Well, let me ask you this then. That's of their own doing, getting rid of Stephon Diggs.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I think he's on the hot seat.
With the 60th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Buffalo Bills select
Another safety, Cole Bishop out of Utah.
That's a good pick.
Well, they need a safety help. They lost their safety.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's one of those guys that can be in traffic. He knows how to get in and out, so he's not blocked. He knows how to take on would-be blockers and position himself to make a play. So good. Not.
Tony says McDermott's seat is hot because they're wasting Allen's talent.
Yeah. But I don't think that's his fault because he's not drafting the players. Brandon Bean is.
And what do you think about the draft from Brody? Welcome, Brody.
Well, second round has been interesting.
There was a lot of trades, in my opinion. In the first 9 picks, there was like 3 or 4 trades. So it started off like a house of fire. Like the guys wanted to move up and down in the early part of the second round. It's tapered off since then.
I'm happy he made it, Brody.
Thrilled to be here with Barry Sanders, the greatest running back I ever saw. And a special thank you to everybody here who came from across Michigan and across the United States to help Detroit set new attendance records for the NFL Draft. It's a great time to be in Detroit.
Wow, they got Ennis Rexstraw. That's a good value. They got him in 29th pick in the second round. That's the guy I was talking about earlier.
The Detroit Lions select Ennis Rakestraw Jr., defensive back, Missouri.
You know what, Osan?
What's that? What's that?
Talking to my cat.
Talking to you. Okay.
He keeps jumping on my lap.
Okay.
I mean, Baltimore's up. Ow.
Pick is in for Baltimore.
What do you think your Ravens are going to do, Al?
Who you talking to?
Al White.
Oh.
Well, if Ennis is going to be in Detroit, Brody, when y'all going to go hang out? You going to the D?
What's the next available here?
Come on, dude. Well, what's your topic now?
I'm not sure. What we're talking about the San Francisco 49ers. What do you think they're going to be going for here?
Well, I'm waiting to see what the Ravens do.
Oh, yeah. Well, the pick is in. I'm waiting for them, and the pick is in also in San Francisco. So they're going through these pretty quickly. Here we go. What's the selection here?
My younger brother really got done. I miss him every day. With that being said, Detroit, what's up? Spend some time here. Love you guys. Thanks for the hospitality. Other than that, Top Nation, we are up with the 62nd pick in the 2024 NFL Draft. The Baltimore Ravens select Roger Rosengarten,
Tackle. Okay.
All the right tackle. I don't like Rosengarten.
Why don't you like him? I don't know anything about him.
He was getting his butt whooped in the national championship game, and he was holding.
He's not physical enough.
I mean, I just don't like his game, man.
His footwork or his hands or what? He's just not what?
He's okay, but when he faced Michigan, it was like he couldn't figure out how to block the people. He kept getting called for holding, kept getting called for he got false started a few times. It is what it is. Trade happened. Kansas City's on the clock, and their pick is in.
Oh.
What channel are you guys watching? The NFL Network?
I am. What are you watching, Q?
Well, I put it on ESPN, but I'm going to switch over to NFL Network, see what's up.
Okay.
Would they swap picks, the 49ers and the KC? swap picks?
I don't know, but Kansas City's on the clock.
Yeah, because before they did a trade, Kansas City was 32nd, quite naturally because they won the Super Bowl. They're the 63rd overall pick, 6th round pick, 64th overall pick, and 5th round pick. They swapped.
Traded a
Okay.
63 pick to Kansas City Chiefs. With the 63 pick in the 24 draft, Kansas City selected Kinsley Sumaia from BYU tackle.
They selected a tackle.
See, and all the tackles going off the board, and Washington is just sitting there looking like, well, we got a defensive tackle, we got a tight end.
I told you, bro. That brother's gonna be running for his life.
Unfortunately,
They're gonna mess up his career like RG3.
Brody, that's good, brother. Speaking of Jamal Charles, he's making the pick. But Brody, knowing somebody that made it to the league is always a good thing, brother.
Yep, I agree.
I'm so tired right now. I don't know why. It's been a long day. Sour on my teeth. Sour.
You see all those people? You see all that big ass crowd?
Yeah,
Would you guys ever do that? Go stand out there all night?
yeah. I did it when President Obama got inaugurated. I was working, but at the same time, yeah, bro.
No, I mean I understand the first round, but the other rounds?
I mean, if it's free and it's an experience that you can get, yeah. Tony says no. I say I would.
Would you do it, Jerry?
What's that?
Would you do that? Go stand up there all day?
I don't know about standing out there all day. I knew I would definitely go out there. Where's the draft next year?
Cleveland,
Name
the city where they come from, so rhyme right.
Where they
I
at?
don't know. Something's happening in Cleveland. I don't know if it's a draft or not, but I think it's Cleveland. Can't wait to see if you show up.
You know what? I'm gonna find out where it's at right now.
Tony, you ain't ever announcing no pick. Oh, it's in Green Bay? Ugh. Well, Green Bay's not bad now, at this time of year. But what is there to do in Green Bay?
Green Bay ain't big enough to host that.
Huh?
Green Bay ain't big enough to hold such a crowd.
Okay.
Well,
2025 is in Green Bay. 2026 is in Pittsburgh. 2027 in New Orleans, and 2028 in DC.
we should have a new stadium by then.
San Francisco pick is in.
The only place I would go to is Vegas. That way, if you get bored, you can go to the other stuff.
But you didn't go last year, so I don't want to hear that.
Well, I know.
And by the way, I reactivated the league.
Well, you just did it because it wasn't active earlier.
I did it on the way home from work.
Okay.
I got to make the adjustments to the rosters, though. I couldn't do that on my phone.
Yeah, I know. Let me do this. Okay. Let me go here. Let me go here.
If this show is going to be another 2.5 hours, I'm going to be asleep. I'm telling you that right now. I'm fighting the bug, or I'm fighting the thing right now to stay awake.
Yeah, this shit's too long.
After the Washington's pick, I'm probably bowing out because my eyes are extremely heavy. So all the people watching on my feed, go on over to Jerry Taylor's feed. Hopefully he's streaming it on his page. I don't know his privacy settings, but you can jump over there.
I got a party about to go that's gonna start here like in an hour.
How you gonna look at your bare naked wrist and say
I know, right?
I know
Well,
it's
we're
only
having a
6:30
party.
here. I am
We're having
tired.
a party. We're having a party like in an hour and a half over here.
Oh, the wife comes home from off the road. First thing she want to do is party.
Ah,
It's it's what is it called? A
Nick?
baptism.
you're in the West Coast.
Oh,
it's only
baptism,
6:30.
okay.
It's only 6:30.
I know,
don't
that's what I'm
care.
saying.
I don't care. I'm still tired. That ain't got nothing to do with what time I got up this morning and all the stuff I had to do today.
Oh, okay. I'm not even going to go there, but okay.
It wouldn't matter anyway.
Okay.
I'm tired.
Okay. Okay.
Y'all.
Okay. It's okay.
Y'all, especially if Washington does not get a left tackle, I'm not watching the rest of this stuff. I'm gonna take a nap. I'm gonna get up, feed my pets, watch the
Cornerback.
TV, and go back to sleep.
Renardo Green, cornerback.
I ain't even heard of these guys.
I never heard of this guy. I
And
don't
this
know.
was the second round. That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
Why is
Right?
Spice Adams making the 49ers pick?
Renardo Green. Never heard of this guy. Never heard of this guy. Let me just see what he's about.
I'm telling you guys, I'm still holding on to hope that the Raiders select Jordan Travis.
I don't know about this guy at all. I don't know about him.
We'll see. If he's getting picked in the second round, he's supposed to be playing this year.
All right, people. Second round is complete. The second round is complete. And ended with the 49ers getting a cornerback from Florida State. I know these two guys are going to bail out, which is fine. I'm going to go
Not yet.
going to go to the third round.
Tony should come on and be a part of the show since he's got so much to say.
I'm gonna stay on till the.
I ain't taking
I'm gonna stay on. I'm gonna stay on till the Vegas pick, the Raider pick.
Raiders pick. Let me see when the Raiders pick in the third round.
They got like their pick number 10.
The 12th pick.
The Raiders pick 13th in the third round, 77th. Unless they move up or move down, that's where they are right now.
The Jets have made a trade, are now on the clock, but their pick is in.
Look at all those military uniforms. The Navy one looks the best.
Get out of here, dude.
For real, brother.
They have a new regime in Washington, but in my opinion, okay, it's the same old Commanders. Come on.
Since we got so much time to kill, let me tell you, when I was in Perth, Australia, and we used to go out in our dress whites, oh boy, we used to get everything free, brother. Everything.
Where's your wife at right now?
You beat me to it. I'm saying the same thing.
I bet you
Nobody's
need
home. I'm
everything
home by
too.
myself.
You better hope she ain't watching this feed.
No, what I say? I just said we would get everything free
I know everything.
because we used to look so tight, bro, in our dress whites. Woo! What?
I'm saying bell bottom whites.
Well, let me ask you this, Victor. You heard what I said about your Washington Commanders. Different
No, I
regime,
didn't.
different regime, same old story. They're not impressing me with their draft picks.
Well, I'll put it this way. A lot of us aren't impressed with the draft picks outside of Jalen Daniels.
Oh my God.
Because they're not getting the need positions outside of quarterback. They didn't need that D tackle, even though that D tackle is a monster. That corner, the tight end, why? Good player, but he was going to be. Nobody picked the tight end that entire second round except for us.
You see the comment Tony made?
Yes, I saw it 3 minutes ago.
For no reason. I'm just saying.
Stop eating that. What's wrong with you?
You know, okay. You got upset when I did that, but that's okay. That's all right.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, okay. Now I'm going to play Mr. Innocent. Okay, no problem.
What did I do now? See, he's coming at me for no reason.
What happened?
No,
what happened?
I don't know. I wiped my eyes.
He gave me a dual one finger salute and tried to play it off. Okay.
I did do that, but I wasn't trying to get you one finger.
Oh, you gave me okay. No
I said
problem.
I wasn't trying to.
No problem. Yeah. Okay.
I can't wipe. Hold on. First of all,
no
I
problem. Hey, I tell you what. Q.
What happened, Jay?
When you at the 2:30 mark, if you watch this YouTube, you'll be able to see the replay. Okay.
Okay.
I cleaned my eyes.
Yeah. Okay.
If I accidentally gave you the finger, I did not mean to.
Yeah. Okay.
Accidentally.
All I did was this.
Yeah. No, you're not even close. It wasn't even. No, that's all right. That's all right. I'll just put it back in my memory bank and remember, and it comes out when I need to. But that's okay. That's all right. That's okay. That's all right. You don't give me that look, man. Stop. Yeah, you see what he's doing, Q. Right?
I see it. He did it on purpose, man.
You see what he's doing, right? You see what he's doing, right? Okay, that's all right. That's all right. That's all right. Remember.
I'm holding.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, the Jets selected Malachi Corley, wide receiver.
He's not a bad wide receiver. He's not a bad wide receiver. I can't hate on that. I don't know how much playing time he's going to get, but he's not a bad wide receiver. So,
Aaron Rodgers just tweeted the eyes emoji.
I got to believe that that could be a just in case Mike Williams gets hurt.
Well, he is. He's going to get hurt.
Yeah, so
he hasn't played one full season.
Yeah, that's all right.
Hey, he don't even get hurt going down the middle or across the middle or nothing. He always gets hurt like going out for like deep passes. Like, come on, you gotta be tougher than that.
That's Jerry's favorite receiver in fantasy. He loves him. He loves him some Mike.
I don't love him this year. I'll tell you that. Even though he was Aaron Rodgers, don't love him this year. It ain't happening. Sometimes you get
the Cardinals select running back Trey Benson, Florida State.
He landed in the right spot. He landed in a great spot. I said this before. I said this before.
Here we go with I
these
said.
If these running backs, it all depends on where they land. And this is a great spot for Trey Benson. Great spot. Great spot.
Leonard Davis. That's a big dude, man.
He's about the, I think he's got the same dimensions as their running back, James Conner. I think he's got the same. He's 6'1", something like that, and 200 pounds plus.
They said the NFL comp to him is Brees Hall.
Yep. That's why I'm. Most people don't know, but I'm just touting them. I'm touting them highly.
He's a nice running back.
He's more than nice. Trust me, he's more than nice. I tell you.
I mean, I've watched him play. I watched him play. I didn't just look at highlights or the measurables.
He's better than Blake Corum. He's better than Blake Corum. Okay.
No, he's not.
He's better.
No.
Okay, no problem.
You think he's better than Blake Corum?
Yes, I do. I'm up like that.
You don't even watch college football, so I know this
Let me put it this way.
isn't based off of college football knowledge.
He's better than Blake Corum, and the fact is he's lightly used. He's not as heavily used as Blake Corum, and he's younger.
Hey, Victor, if I recall, like a couple months ago on your show, Mr. FSP said, when it comes to running backs, the only person that I listen to is Mr. Jerry Taylor because he knows what he's talking about.
I didn't say the only
That's what you said.
But I did give him credit. But as I said,
so you can't walk it back now?
Oh, I didn't walk it back. What I'm saying is,
yes, he is. Don't worry about it. I'm not worried about it.
If he's saying that this dude is better than Blake Corum,
he is,
but has not watched either one of them play.
I have watched them play.
Going off with numbers. That's why I have to disagree.
Let me put it this way. You know what? I've studied backs for many years. Blake Corum is heavily used, and he's not a big back. He hasn't been picked yet. Nobody's thinking about him. He's going in the 3rd round. Nobody is thinking about him. He may go in the 4th round. Nobody's thinking about him. That's what I'm trying to say to you. Jonathan Brooks went what, middle of the second round or late?
I like Brandon Coleman.
You saw who the Commanders selected?
Yeah, Brandon Coleman. That's the guy you had in the 1st round in our mock draft.
Okay.
I like him. Good feet, strong. He's a mover.
You know what? I gotta ask this question: Is Tony really a Washington Commander fan? Because he's definitely not liking what they've been doing.
I mean, I don't like what they've been doing either, outside of, except for that pick and Daniels. So
well, and then put it this way.
I'm out. Go ahead. What's your question?
Let me put it this way. I'm just not going to question. It's a statement. Let me put it this way. Jaden Daniels, to me, was a no-brainer. So I don't even count that pick. That was a no-brainer to me. They're picking second, and Jaden Daniels, and some people was the best quarterback in this draft, and they got him at second. That was a no-brainer. So everything else, you had to have some type of brain matter to pick.
So you're insulting my team again by saying they have no brain matter. Okay. They don't have any baby oil or NDAs for a corrupt, nasty quarterback either. So,
okay.
I mean, why do you gotta insult them, bro?
They haven't impressed me, man. Their picks are questionable, and you even said it yourself. Come on, man.
I didn't say they don't have any brain matter.
Let me put it this way: if you question what the picks that they're picking,
I can disagree with them.
And legitimately, you like the last pick versus the other picks that they made up until this last pick. You got to question their brain matter. You got to press on their brain.
No, I have to question the game plan, not their brain. Because if the way I'm looking at it, he's building them like San Francisco. San Francisco didn't make the splashy picks. They got the trenches picks, which are good. This is what we started to do maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and then we abandoned it. So not liking the defensive tackle pick, I did not like it. I just thought we should have got a tackle instead. An offensive tackle, not a defensive tackle. Getting the cornerback, yes, we need it, but I thought we should get a tackle or a lineman. The tight end, that was a real scratch my head moment. But again, this man has helped build an organization that's pretty damn good.
And he's the same.
Just because I don't like the picks, don't mean I gotta say I gotta question his brain matter. I can say the same thing about Cleveland. Why the hell you give at the time, someone that was not cleared of all charges a fully $232 million guaranteed contract? And he wasn't even cleared yet. That was a question of brain matter moment.
That is behind him. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but that's my point, Jerry. That's a brain scratch.
Why you getting all your feelings? Why you getting up all in your feelings? What's up?
No, I'm making an example of you're saying, you got to question their brain. No. They're building a team.
Let me phrase
they're
it
not giving somebody that could go to jail. Let
me phrase it a different way. So you feel better when I phrase it a different way. Okay. You got to question their thinking and what type of thinking process goes through the selections that they're making. Okay. That's what I'm saying. And that's what Tony is saying also.
Oh, let's not agree with Tony again, so you can start saying I was the one that made the comment. Dude, if you don't be quiet, be quiet.
I'm just saying.
But
okay.
No, I mean, I get it. I agree. The picks are questionable, but as I think about it, he's building it the same way he helped build San Francisco in the trenches. And might not be the sexy picks, but they're picks nonetheless.
And he's the same one that was involved in the Trey Lance pick. He's the same one. Same one
that was involved with getting Trent Williams, the same one involved in getting CMC, the same one who helped draft George Kittle, the same one that helped draft Brock Purdy, the same one that helped get Debo, Brandon Ayuk, the same one, actually the one that got credited for selecting Fred Warner. But we're going to question all those two, aren't we? No, I didn't think we were. But that's my point. At the time, people were like, why are you getting Ayuk? Why are you getting Debo? You got Trey Lance. Why'd you spend all that? Now, again, you're not going to shoot.
The Patriots select Hayden Wallace, tackle out of Penn State.
Yeah.
The right tackle?
Caden Wallace, offensive tackle.
Yeah, he's the right tackle. He's not the left tackle.
Yeah, right tackle.
We need a freaking left tackle. But if they move old boy from TCU from guard to left tackle, he's the one that has played all the positions on the offensive line, which is good. But I'm not going to put him out there left tackle in the NFL until I know that he's ready to play left tackle. But At any rate, gentlemen, I'm tired. Maybe it's the food I ate that got me so damn tired. I don't know. But it's been a long day for me. Where'd Q go?
I'm right here.
Right here.
Okay. Getting ready for the party, I see.
What?
I said getting ready for the party, I see.
Oh, hell no. All I'm doing is drinking.
Okay.
All the women can take care of that.
Oh, that's such a chauvinistic statement. I'm gonna leave on that. Such a chauvinistic statement.
What do you mean?
All the women.
They're the ones setting up the party.
That's right. Understand, Q. I know. I understand.
See, the problem is you try to give your opinion and they don't like it, right?
Yes.
They want this way, this way, this way. So they might as well just do it.
Right.
It's a true statement. I agree.
Yeah.
But
I'm like, oh, maybe we should do this. They're like, oh, no, but I like this right here. I'm like, all right, you take care of it then.
I'm with you.
I hear you, Q. I know
I
exactly how
would
you
say it
feel.
like that, though, not the way you said it.
uh,
All right. Hopefully tomorrow. Man, how many rounds tomorrow?
4 to 7.
4, 5, 6, 4 rounds. At least it's a quicker timer. And
It's 5 minutes each round, each selection. 5
Jim
minutes.
Harbaugh selected Junior Colson from his Michigan linebacker.
that was a hell of a pick. And they needed a linebacker. Second linebacker off the daggone board. But I bet he gets Blake Corum too. I think the Chargers have another pick in the 3rd round, and he gets him. Tony, stop being such a hater.
The Chargers
You are a self-hater, bro.
The Chargers do not have another pick in this round.
Oh, well, they'll get Blake Corum in the 4th.
In the
I
4th.
guarantee you he's not going to get past him in the 4th. Only 2 running backs have been taken in the entire draft. So, it's not a big deal that he has not been selected yet. It's the fact that only 2 in 3 rounds.
The top 2.
That's fine. But 2 in 64 picks. I mean, that I'm not saying that Corum is a monster back and deserves to be a 1st-round pick. What I'm saying is he produces. He produces
At the
flat
college
out.
level. At the college level. At the NFL level, it's a different story. And I'm trying
None of these guys have played at the NFL level, though. It's a projection. That's my point.
My point.
You think because he's small and he's had a lot of touches.
Can I explain what I'm saying? And I try to explain to this before, but that's okay. I just want to explain my opinion. Can I give you my opinion, please? My opinion is this: he's a high usage, 5'9", a little more than 2-pound running back. A high usage. I'll stress that again. A high usage, highly usage 5'9" running back. They do not last. They don't last. They don't.
I didn't say they do, but my whole point in that is 2 running backs out of 64 picks.
And those 2 running backs are 6 feet and over 200 pounds. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
And both those running backs, this is important, man. And both those running backs are low usage backs.
I'm not debating that. But my point is only 2 taken to 64, and what you can expect.
I agree. And Tony, this is what I've been saying all along. I know he's 5'10". What I've been saying, and I've been stressing this for over 5-10 years. My ideal back is 5'10" or taller. about up to 6 feet, 6'1", and over 200 pounds. That's my ideal back. I've said it. It's not like I just started saying it. I've said it before. 5'10" and up to 6 feet, 6'2", and over 200 pounds. That's my ideal back. 5'9" is not an ideal back.
I mean, that extra inch.
It makes a difference, man. That's all I gotta tell you.
That extra inch could make the difference, but I would say if the guy has power and the guy has durability, the guy's going to play. He has both. Is he a good receiving back? Not really, because they didn't really throw him the ball. Does he have the explosive speed? No. But does he get the job done? And that's the question you got to ask.
Okay.
And that's yes.
You have.
I think he'll make a team. He'll get picked.
Special teams. He's a special team player. That's my
special teams, special plays, special players. What's up, brother?
He's a special team player, in my opinion. In my opinion.
Tuesday.
And
I agree with you, Tony. I'm getting tired. I'm having a hard time holding my eyes open. I look kind of. Go put up the other party put in.
Look. I only can put up one at a time. Just relax, okay?
But that's been up there for like 10 minutes.
Well, I didn't see it until just now. That's why I put it up. Okay, just relax.
Okay.
Just relax.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out how you not see that long one, but you read the Barry Sanders thing, which was after that. But okay.
Barry Sanders was 5'10", and I've told you for God knows how long, 5'10" is my breaking point at running backs. That's it. 5'10" and above. I'm just saying. It's not like I just thought of this just today.
When do the Knicks play?
Do the Knicks tomorrow?
Oh,
okay.
They got the early game or the late game?
The early game.
Okay.
And the Cardinals picked a guard, Isaiah Adams, out of Illinois. I'm not familiar with him.
I ain't even gonna lie. I don't know like 95% of these guys.
I hear you. I hear you, Nima. Vic's checked out already, so that's okay.
No, I'm not checked out. I'm tired.
You checked out, but that's all right. I understand. No problem. No problem. Don't worry about it.
I'm tired.
Okay. You're tired. Okay. You said it plenty of time. You don't have to stay here. Nobody's holding you hostage. Okay. If you want to leave because you're tired, okay.
You know what?
Why are you getting in the feelings, man? I'm just saying.
I'm not excited right now.
Well, I wouldn't be excited either with those picks from Washington.
At least we got better picks than the Raiders.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, we did.
You can't even count. You can't even count the quarterback. After that, you haven't had better picks than the Raiders.
We had a better defensive tackle. Y'all got a decent edge rusher or whatever. I forgot what you got.
Q, you can't win.
It's okay.
You can't win, Q. You can't win. I'm telling you right now. You cannot win.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. See, you cannot win. He's about to give me that again.
See, look at him. The dude is paranoid.
I'm not paranoid. I can see you've done it to me.
I am promoing.
You have done it to me multiple times.
Unbeknownst.
You know what you're doing, Victor?
Yeah.
What?
Right now you're being passive aggressive, brother.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And he's trying to, and he's in denial, but that's okay. That's all right. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I haven't
Can I
mentioned.
promote tomorrow, please?
I
That's
haven't.
all I
I
was
haven't.
doing.
I haven't
That's
mentioned
all I was doing.
many times that happened. But you see,
Shut up, too, Tony. You
yeah.
and Q.
It's obvious, but that's okay. I'm the
No,
one.
I am not.
I'm the one being paranoid. Okay, it's obvious, and he's trying to play Mr. Innocent,
Always,
and
see,
we all know.
being
And
with
we
the
all,
crowd isn't always right.
yeah, okay.
That's the thing.
I'm not always right, but
No. I said being with the crowd does not make you always right.
Well, hey, let me
And
put
right
it
now,
this
the crowd thinks I'm being passive aggressive. I'm
because
not. I can be passive aggressive,
okay,
but I'm not.
okay.
As I was saying,
Jerry, I'm gonna leave after the Raiders selection.
Not a problem. Not a
Just
problem.
giving you a heads up.
I guess I can't
Not a
promote
problem.
tomorrow
Right
show.
now-
But
I'm not gonna-
my damn nerves.
I'm not gonna.
Right,
I'm not gonna linger around like Vic saying he tired for like 30 minutes.
Well, let me put it this way, Q.
Hey, go ahead, Vic.
We're at the 8th pick. What the heck happened? He left. He just left.
He left.
He got in his feelings. That's okay. He's in his 8th. This is the 8th pick in the 3rd round. The Raiders have the 13th pick, so you're not too far away. All right.
Yeah.
And I don't know who Isaiah Adams is, a guard out of Illinois. I have no clue.
I know.
No clue about this guy.
The Panthers just selected Trevin Wallace, linebacker out of Kentucky.
Okay, they need help. They need help on defense, but their defense was better than their offense.
I know. I think they needed to go offense mostly this draft.
Yeah. They were good against the run, not too good against the pass, on the defensive side, and they really, they sucked. They sucked on the offense because they had no weapons. They were very limited in weapons. So what happened? We'll see what happens.
Dallas is on the pick is in for Dallas.
The pick is in Dallas already?
Yep.
Really? Because it just says Dallas is on the clock here. So,
well, I think I'm like a minute ahead.
okay. So Dallas needs an offensive lineman, running back, defensive lineman, or a wide receiver. I'm still saying they need a wide receiver in the worst way. You just can't rely on CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Cooks. Come on, man.
Oh, I know.
Really? Really?
Let's see who they got. They got guard Cooper Beebe out of Kansas State.
Who?
Cooper Beebe.
Who the
A
heck?
guard.
Who the heck is Cooper Beebe?
He's a guard out of Kansas State.
Okay, God bless him. He made it to the NFL.
That's all Dallas does. They just select linemen.
And then I don't think they have another pick in this round. Oh, they have the 24th pick in the 3rd round too, and that's it. All right, so we're down.
I guess he was a first team All-American.
Okay, all right. And now we're with the
Falcons.
Falcons, yes, Falcons.
The pick is in for the Falcons.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, just like I've always said, I said it earlier in the show. Don't mess around with the pick. If you like somebody you like, pick them and let's move on.
I mean, I think at this stage, all these teams, they should know who's available and who they want.
Yeah.
They shouldn't drag it out.
Yeah.
How'd your Browns do? What you think so far of their picks?
Brown, they picked a defensive tackle. I wasn't too. I thought they would go maybe a wide receiver or offensive lineman. But okay, they went with defense. They want some type of improvement, maybe even though it's a 2nd round on the defensive side of the ball. I'm not sure what the Browns are going to do. They need an offensive lineman, that's for sure. They need their offensive lineman. They're getting older. and they got to find some depth at the O line.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know what they're going to do. I imagine they're going to, in this round, they're going to address the offensive line. But we'll see what happens. Pick is in, and the Falcons select
Raylan Trice out of Washington.
Come on. Edge rusher.
Yeah.
They definitely needed somebody on the edge. So
Is Victor doing his show tomorrow?
what's that?
Is Vic doing his show tomorrow?
Yeah. As far as I know, he is, unless he changes his mind. But as far as I know, he's going to be doing the show at 1:00. Yes, people. For those who are watching, Vic is going to be doing the show. Fantasy Sports and Politics, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's Fantasy Sports and Politics. You'll find him on your social media, including YouTube, at Vic Gardner, Fantasy Sports and Politics. PA Vic.
PA Vic. You know Vic is watching.
Hey,
he just got butt hurt.
Whatever. Whatever. Bears on the clock, Broncos, and then your Raiders.
The pick is in for the Bears.
Okay. Wow. I may not stick around here. I think I'm going to bow out too, people, once my Cleveland Browns, who are 21st, are picking. And then I think I'm going to bow out. It's 10 o'clock now.
Yeah, this is long. How many rounds they're doing today? Just
2 rounds. The second, and this is the third. So they get 7 minutes for the second round, 5 minutes for the third. So this should go quicker. It should go quicker. So, are you watching NFL Network or ESPN?
I got it on the NFL Network.
Oh, okay.
You?
NFL Network. I thought ESPN would maybe be quicker, but no. Okay. No problem. No problem.
What you think you already got your 2 quarterbacks you think you're gonna draft for a fantasy?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I got my 2 quarterbacks. I got 3 wide receivers that I know I'm gonna target, at least 3. So we'll see what happens. The pick is in. Come on, man.
This year, since we have no keepers, I wouldn't mind being top 3.
I would agree with you. I would agree with you. But you know what? I've drafted from the top, drafted from the middle, drafted from the bottom. Wherever I'm at, it is what it is.
Yeah, but there's only like 8 elite quarterbacks. So,
well, there may be 8 or 9 elite quarterbacks, but the second, third tier quarterbacks can pick up the slack in that second quarterback position. So
yeah.
For most of those quarterbacks that are not supposedly elite, are going to have probably going to
Big,
have more good days than bad days.
yeah, because they're gonna be trailing a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Come on, man. What the heck is going on here?
I know all these commercials.
They're dragging us out here. That's okay. That's all right.
Charles Tillman. I really think Chicago's gonna make the playoffs, bro.
You think so?
Yeah. You don't think so?
No, I don't think so. You know, that you got a rookie quarterback. You got some weapons, but something
Dude, they lost a lot of games last year on turnovers.
well, guess what? You got a rookie quarterback and a coaching staff that I don't have any faith in. So, I gotta think that that's a bad combination. They picked up Kyrian. Who the heck is that?
He's the tackle out of Yale.
Oh my God! Really?
Yeah, Ivy League.
Oh my God! Kyrian Amagaji, or whatever. Amagaji. Okay. Not too. I don't think too. Don't know much about him.
Huh.
Let me see if I can get something on him. 6'5", 323 pounds. First team All Ivy League. Started the first 4 games at left tackle. Missed the end of the season due to quad injury. Okay. Okay. Where is he? Offensive tackle? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. They got another somebody on offense that may pan out. Needs a 3rd round pick. So I guess they're looking for him to something to be a starter because they needed help on the offensive line. That's for sure. And the Broncos pick is in, and then your Raiders are next.
That guy making that pick for the Broncos talks too damn much. He should just go out there and make the pick.
Who is he?
I don't know who he is.
He looks like a kicker.
Jonah Ellis, edge rusher out of Utah.
Oh, he's the tight end, Tony Scheffler. Okay.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's a Tony Scheffler. That's who that is. You remember Tony Scheffler?
No.
No? Okay. I remember him. He wasn't all that, but he was at one point he was pretty good, but not all pro. Jonah Ellis, the edge rusher, Broncos. Broncos are going to suck. Broncos are going to suck.
Oh, I know. They're gonna finish last in the West.
They're going to suck. People, I'm saying it. The Broncos are going to suck. So those Broncos fans, don't expect too much. And you're right, Tony. Teams are digging deep to pick an offensive tackle from the air in the 3rd round. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
But they were at the New Orleans Saints, so he knows that family well. They looked long and hard in the first round. They went Bo Nix at the pass.
Who are you looking for? Who are you looking for there, Q?
Oh, I was just. Oh, the Raiders pick is in, so I raised the volume up.
What about Spencer Rattler?
I'm not too. Me myself personally, I'm not too high on him, but
Okay.
I would. Here it goes. Jim Plunkett.
The 77th pick, the 2024 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Delmar Glaze, tackle, Maryland.
Delmar Glaze, tackle out of Maryland. Everybody's loading up in the offensive line. Delmar Glaze.
Late left tackle there in college at Maryland.
I don't know.
You guys needed an offensive lineman.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
You got one. I don't know how. I never heard of this guy, Delmar Gary, out of Maryland.
Yeah.
6'4", 315 pounds. Does he have
You know the Raiders are going to run the ball a lot.
Oh, hell yeah. I know that.
Especially with those two quarterbacks, they're going to run the ball a lot.
What's his comparison? Doesn't give me a comparison. Doesn't give me a comparison. Okay. Swing tackle with tackle prospect with promising NFL traits, but tape that comes up lacking against some of the better competition he faced. He started at both tackle spot, but is inconsistent with his pass sets and change of direction. Rushers with speed can beat him to the top of the rush and cross his face for easy inside access once he starts oversetting. He has good hand strength and should improve in protection if he can use more direct inside hands in the punch. He's clearly fluid in space and fits the criteria of an inside-outside zone blocker with lead pull potential. A move guard might give him the best chance to become an NFL starter in the future.
Yeah, that's what they're probably leaning on.
Yep.
All right, Jerry, I got to go get ready for this thing. So
enjoy yourself, man.
Have a good day.
You do the same.
Take care of yourself, brother.
You do the same.
All right, bro.
Thanks.
Just
bye. Tony, I'm not, as you heard, I'm not too high on Blake Corum, and I do agree with you that Sean Payton ain't long. They give up a quarterback and they take a cap hit of over $80 million, and they pick up Bo Nix as a quarterback. To me, that was a desperation move, and I'm not too impressed with their draft. So I do agree with you. Corum, I don't think him as Zamir White would be like the same, the two shorter backs. I think Zamir White is the bigger of the two, if I'm not mistaken. And I think if they went to running back, they would go to a bigger running back that has more speed. I don't think Zamir. I think Zamir White is a good back, but I think they're best served as a running back by committee. And me as a fantasy guy, I'm not a running back by committee, but I think the Raiders, with the running backs they have now, would be best served at running back by committee. So it is what it is. Who's on the clock now? Let me get back here. Who's on the clock, people? I'm all by myself now, unfortunately. We steals in the draft now, so the expectation for them to produce early won't be as great. Well, I agree with you that, but I think Corum is a special teams guy. I know you're a Michigan guy, but he's 5'9" and a little over 200 pounds. I don't have faith in the 5'9" back. Don't have faith in a shorter back. I think you need height size along with the weight to be a productive back. That's just my opinion. Yeah, Houston's on the clock. Houston's pick is in. Okay. Like I said earlier, people, before we hit the second round, I know I'm in a time delay. So if you're watching TV or listening to the broadcast on a PC or a mobile device and watching TV, the pick for you may come in before I see it. Okay. I just give you my opinion on what I think. And if I know the player, I'm trying to get, as they come in, I'm trying to get a overview of the player to give you an idea. They're picking a safety. They're going defense. I think the last pick they picked was a cornerback, if I'm not mistaken. They picked Kalen Bullock, a safety out of USC. Let me get the lowdown on Kalen Bullock. Kalen Bullock is a 6'2", 188 pounds, good size for a safety. First team Pac-12. Tied for the lead with 2 interceptions, 1 return for a touchdown. Started 12 games, 61 tackles, 70 with pass breakups. His analysis, the 3rd or 4th round, quite naturally, he went in the 3rd round. Long and athletic with a series of feast or famine plays all over the tape. Bullock can be scary good in coverage and scary bad as a run defender. He has the range to play single high safety, the athleticism to line up over the slot, and the ball skills to chalk up impressive on-ball production as a run defender. Bullock's poor recognition, missed run fits, and bad angles to the football cost him team chunk plays and touchdowns. He won't always see or process the game clearly. Hold on. Damn it. But the athleticism and playmaking talent are hard to overlook. He's young and talented, and if he runs well enough, there might be a team more interested in his skill set as a cornerback than as a boom bust safety. Okay, so that's Kalen Bullock. Let's move on back to the draft. The pick is in for the Colts. Pick is in for the Colts. Come on. All right, let's go down to here. The Colts pick Matt Conclave, an offensive tackle. They're trying to protect Anthony Richardson. And that's who they want. That's who they got, Matt Conclave. All right, the Bengals are on the clock. I'm getting out of here. They're the 16th pick, and I'm getting out of here with the. I'm just going to shorter backs after most of I understand that, but okay. Everybody has their opinion about the type of backs I like. I have a preference. My wheelhouse is 5'10" and between 5'10" and 6'2", somewhere in there, preferably not over 6'2", and about 210, 205 to about 220, 225, somewhere around there. That can catch the football and that has decent speed. Gotta have some decent breakaway speed when you're running back. 5'9", have the tendency to have big back mentality, but not physically ready to be a big back. That's my opinion. We go from there. Pick is in. Here comes TJ who's Manzada. And see who the Bengals pick. Jermaine Burton. Okay, they did take a wide receiver. Okay, that tells me there's a possibility that T. Higgins may not be with the team. That he may not be with the team. I mean, they did lose Tyler Boyd. That doesn't mean T. Higgins not be with the team. They just mean another wide receiver. But there's a possibility that T. Higgins won't be with the team. He's requested a trade, and anything can happen. Anything can happen. Okay? The draft isn't over yet, and anything can happen. Brandon Ayuk, T. Higgins, they both requested a trade, and anything can happen. Okay? San Francisco may be asking for too much. You're going to have an unhappy player if he doesn't get moved by the end of the draft. You're going to have a very, very unhappy player that can disrupt a locker room, disrupt the culture on the team, on both teams, Bengals and 49ers. So I'm just saying. Just saying. All right. Browns had the 21st pick, and the pick is in for the Seattle Seahawks. And you got to wait to get back after the commercials and see what happens with those picks. With that pick, I should say. And the Cardinals are on the clock. I'm just thinking. And it may not be they already took Trey Benson. So I'm thinking. And my question would be Isaac Guerrero, a back out of Louisville. He's 6'1", I think. He's 215, 220, somewhere around there. Was the fastest running back at the combine. I'm interested to see where he falls to. If he goes to an ideal situation, I was thinking he was going to go to the Cardinals, but that's not going to happen. They're not going to draft two running backs. I'm wondering if he may go to the. No, he's not going to go to the Chargers because they got two backs already. He may go to the Cowboys. The Cowboys are in need of a running back. Some people thought they were going to take Jonathan Brooks. Okay. But there's some decent running backs out there. Most people, quite naturally, don't think they were first round. Okay. The two of them were picked in the second round. None so far in the third round. Oh, I'm sorry. Trey Benson was picked in the second pick in the third round. Jonathan Brooks was picked in the late part of the second round. And he went to the Cardinals. Trey Benson went to the Cardinals. Jonathan Brooks went to who did he go to? Hold on, let me just see who he went to. I forget that. Let me look at the second round. He went to the Carolina Panthers. Okay. And he's going to team up with Chubb. Let's see what happens with the Seattle Seahawks. I'm waiting for the Seattle Seahawks to make that pick. And then we'll get to the Arizona Cardinals, who are on the clock. Pick is in for the Seattle Seahawks. So that's a big boy. Byron Murphy. We'll see what happens. I'm sorry for being silent here, but it is what it is. Well, let me put it this way, Tony. I don't know if you're still watching, but shorter backs have center of gravity a little more shifty than taller backs. Not Not necessarily here. The two backs that got taken in earlier, Trey Benson and Jonathan Brooks, are shifty backs. That's why they were taken earlier. I got to believe that there's some other backs out there. And the Seattle Seahawks takes Christian Hayes, a guard out of Connecticut. Okay. They want to protect Geno. And Arizona Cardinals on the clock. Okay. And I hope the Arizona Cardinals don't take too long. They shouldn't. They should have an idea who they want to take by now. Okay. And not take up the whole 7 minutes, 5 minutes to pick out who they want to pick. Unless they're indecisive. The pick is in. They're not indecisive. They know who they want. Let's see what the Arizona Cardinals come up with. Are they going to take another wide receiver? Are they going to take a cornerback, a lineman, linebacker? They have needs. Defensive lineman. They already took a running back. They already took a wide receiver. So are they going to worry about the defensive lineman or a cornerback, or are they going to go to a linebacker or inside an inside offensive tackle or offensive lineman? Oh, the Cardinals picked. Oh, they picked a tight end. Tip Riemann? Really? A tight end? Okay. They went on the offensive side of the ball. Another tight end. Okay. I'm not familiar with this Tip Riemann. Let me just get some info on him real quick. Not too familiar with him. He's a senior, 271 pounds. So they're going to run the football, people. He's going to be used in pass blocking. He is a 271 pound, 6'5". He's like almost a small offensive lineman. He's almost like an offensive lineman, 40-yard dash, 4.64. That's a nice speed for him. Picked a little early, in my opinion, but it is what it is. It is what it is. See if I get a comparison on him here anywhere. I don't have a comparison on him. Heavy leg and routes and breaks, unable to separate from man coverage. He's a blocker. He's a blocker. Lacks upper body agility, open and catch throws behind him. Needs to block with tighter hands in the run game. Must improve body control and positioning to better sustain. Outstanding size and lean mass for an inline blocker. He's a blocker. He's a blocker. He's a blocker. Okay. I know I keep on saying that, but he's a blocker. That's what he is. He's a blocker. So they're going to run. They're going to want to run the football more than they have in the past. Besides picking up Marvin Harrison Jr., they got Trey Benson. They got James Conner. They're going to run the football. They're going to run the football. Okay. They got Michael Wilson as the other wide receiver. So they're probably going to need another wide receiver. Maybe they'll pick him up in the later rounds, because this is a third round here, and they got one more pick in the third round, unless they move up or make some moves in there. And now we have the Rams who are on the clock. The pick is in, and we'll see who they pick. Blake Corum goes with the Rams. He's a backup. He's a backup. He's a backup, people. He's a backup. He is a backup. Blake Corum is a backup. Okay? You got Kerryon Williams, and now you got Blake Corum. Okay? You got Kerryon Williams, and now you got Blake Corum. Okay? He's a backup. He may be special teams. his comp in the pros is Doug Martin, and I'm not a big Doug Martin fan. Okay, he's a backup. Okay, okay. Look, I may be wrong. I may be mistaken, but uh, I'm not a fan of Blake Corum. Decent back, not an outstanding back. Not the type of back that okay. So we'll have to wait and see how much success Blake Corum has compared to Trey Benson or Jonathan Brooks. Okay, bigger backs, bigger backs. That's all I can say. Bigger backs. Okay, let's just go see. Um, I have to see this. Um, I have to see this. I have to see this. Okay. Let's do this. Now the Los Angeles Rams have two running backs, 5'9". Kerry Williams is 5'9", 194 pounds. Blake Corum is 5'9". Uh, um, Blake Corum is 5'9", and I like this pick, Roman Wilson. That they got him in the third round. Okay, 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 okay. I may not like. Okay, and I'll put it out there. I may not like a 5'9" running back, and I can't dispute what took place with Kerryon Williams. Okay, I can't dispute that, but he's not my type of back. I understand he showed up and showed out. Uh, but Blake Corum is 5'8", so they have a 5'9", and Blake Corum is 5'8", over 200 pounds. Okay, they got two smaller running backs. Okay, I'm not a fan of two running backs like that. I'm not. I'm not. Call me biased or whatever it is. I'm just. It is what it is. The Cleveland Browns. Let's see. Let's see what after Blake Corum, after Roman Wilson, what my Cleveland Browns. And let's see what happens here. We have a lot of picks left, people, and I'll tell you right now, it ain't happening for me. Okay, I've been on here 3.5 hours, and I'm going to call it a night after this pick, which is my Cleveland Browns. So tune in 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Saturday afternoon on all platforms: Facebook, X, YouTube, Fantasy Sports and Politics, or Vic Gardner. Okay, Vic Gardner, Gard, Gardner. Catch me and Vic talking about 4 through 7 in the NFL draft. Once this pick is in and gets published, I want to call it a show. I want to thank you for listening, and Tony and Brody, and for listening and contributing comments to the show. It's always appreciated. Never not liked or not wanted. Let me put it that way. I'm always willing to get comments. That means you're listening. That means you want to participate. Okay. So I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. And as soon as these current commercials are through with that, like I said, I'm on a time delay, people. So whatever happens, you probably see it before I do. Okay. Which is fine. I'll just announce it and then give my comments about it, since it's going to be my Cleveland Browns, which is going to be the last pick that I'm going to cover. We'll go from there. Okay. Not not that I'm not interested in the rest of the picks, but it's been a long night. I'm here by myself, which is fine. You know, I'm not going to get upset about that. But given that it's late, given that I've covered the second round and most of the third round, I believe in McDonald's. And you're going to say, what? Well, I said that for no reason. You deserve a break today. That's what I mean. All right. Zach Zinter, a guard. All right, we got a defensive lineman and we got a guard. Okay, from Michigan. From Michigan, another player. 3 Michigan players went back to back to back. Okay. 3 Michigan players back to back to back. You think Michigan did a good thing today, this past year, for the players? Look at all these guys getting drafted. Two of them to the AFC North. 2 of them to the AFC North. Okay. One for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Roman Wilson, wide receiver, and Zach Zinter, 6'6", 309 pounds. Okay, people, I'm happy. I'm happy with that. I said earlier we needed an offensive player, and we got an offensive lineman. We definitely needed an offensive lineman. Needs a guard. They're still going to want to run the football, and then another guard went with the San Francisco 49ers, who picks next. I'm going to call on night. I'm going to call on night, people. It's been real. Thank you for joining, listening, and participating for those who participated. And like I said again, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, tomorrow afternoon, we'll be talking on the Fantasy Sports and Politics show for the round 4 through 7. With that being said, Enjoy the rest of your night, and we're out of here.